Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Plainwell High School for our second slate tonight, which is the Varsity Girls Lady Vikes versus the Plainwell Trojans. I am Evan Williams here with Bo Kurtzall. Bo, this is fun. We're here on a Friday night. We just finished our exams. It's snowy outside. It's cold. We're happy to be inside. We're happy to be broadcasting for you guys. Bo, how are you feeling about today?
Today was pretty good. We had a half day of school. You know, can't ask for much more than that. We had a snow day yesterday, which is also pretty good. But really, I'm just excited to have made the drive up here all the way to Plainwell High School. Huge thanks to them also. And before we get started too much, let's just get into our sponsors for tonight. So what I have here tonight is, let's thank our title sponsor, Peerless Solutions. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Also, we'd like to thank First Source Bank, Schrader Tree Farms, Smoked Vision Care, and Jan and Katie Luke from Red Shoe Realty. This broadcast could not be possible without the help.
And also, can we have a special shout out to Miss Philly's husband, Mike Philly. We are not able to put the graphic up, unfortunately. We apologize for that. But if you need snow plowing, call Philly Snow Plowing at 269-845-0672. Again, 269-845-0672. Thank you, Miss Philly.
Thank you, Mrs. Philly. We love you.
We love you. Anyway, let's dive right into our keys of the game, which are proudly sponsored by Jan and Katie Luke of Red Shoe Reality Group, helping you find the perfect home while our Vikings focus on winning on the court. Let's take a look at tonight's keys. All right, Bo, I will go first, my tonight's keys of the game. And my one key to the game so far is that the Vikings, they have been in a lot of close games so far throughout conference play and non-conference play. And I believe that if we can continue to weather the storm, continue to win close games, then they're going to finish out on top in the conference.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just battling. The Lady Vikes are really good at that. Just persisting on no matter the conditions, even in the last seconds of the last game. But my key to the game, personally, I think that our Lady Vikes need to work a little bit more on communication. Because when I'm up here, I can hear a little bit of them, like on the court, but not as much as I'd love to hear out of them. Because communication, to me, is really where a lot of the team bonding and the actual connections and the points come in.
Yes, and tonight is actually a very important matchup, as in conference play, the Lady Vikes are about third or fourth, while Plainwell is riding fifth and fourth place.
Yeah.
So this is obviously a very important night towards conference play if the Lady Vikes want a chance for contention in the Wolverine Conference. As we know, Otsego and Sturgis are the leading teams at the moment. Yeah. So tonight is just a big matchup to be able to lead out in the Wolverine Conference going into the playoffs.
Yes, of course. So we are here at Plainwell. We're going to watch our Lady Vikes hopefully beat the Plainwell Trojans.
A couple updates for our first game of the slate tonight. We had the JV Lady Vikes versus the Plainwell Trojans, as they ended up losing 43-40. A good game by JV. Shout out to Joel Brawl. You're an amazing coach, man. But unfortunately, they could not get it done. So we are hopeful to see a very good game tonight for the Lady Vikes.
Yeah. JV, keep your head up. You got to watch your varsity girls so you can make some improvement.
As the clock counts down, we are most likely going to experience the national anthem.
Looks like our ladies are lining up, getting ready.
And as our slate continues tonight, we will have the boys varsity basketball game right after this against Plainwell.
So stay tuned. And we apologize in advance for any technical difficulties or any issues that may come, because we are working from a hotspot, unfortunately, again. So we're going to try our best, so please stay tuned.
Yep, we're going to work with us.
Work with us, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Principal Mr. Marvin Taylor and Athletic Director Ms. Melissa Preston welcome you to the Plainwell Fieldhouse for tonight's basketball game, as your Plainwell varsity girls basketball team takes on the Vikings of Niles. Now we ask that you rise, if you are able, and remove your hats to honor our country, as our pep band, under the direction of Mr. David Heppenstall, plays our national anthem. lineups. For the visitors from Niles. Number 1, Jesse Thornton. Number 3, Tanaya Brown. Number 5, Maddie Zakay. Number 13, Elin Hoyt. And number 15, Allie Garrett. Vikings are coached by head coach Sarah Workman, with assistance from Savannah Garner. All right, now let's hear it for your starting 5 for your varsity women's basketball team. Number 3, Alyssa Walton. Number 4, Tessie.
As we enter the starting lineup for the Plainwell Trojans, we want to give a shout out to Plainwell's athletic director. She was awesome in getting us settled in and was just a really big piece towards the contribution of this production.
Yeah, just a huge thank you to Plainwell High School for even allowing us to come here, because some schools unfortunately can't really house a broadcast section like we provide, but they were able to do so, which is very generous.
Also, a big shout out towards Plainwell's band, man. That was one of the better national anthems I've heard in a while, actually.
That was exceptional. Shout out.
We weren't able to play it because of copyright issues, but
we might have gotten some of it. We're not too sure. So if you heard that, it was really good from here. So if not, then you're going to have to come to Plainwell yourself and get your own band. So as we're getting into the varsity girls matchup between the Plainwell Trojans and the Niles Vikings.
Just like was said, the starters for this game are Tanaya Brown, Jessie Thornton, Elin Hoyt, Maddie Zakay, and Allie Garrett. As we have Tanaya Brown for the tip-off. The ball is recovered by Tanaya Brown.
Stolen.
Early turnover for the Lady Vikes.
Like I said, I think communication is going to be a really big part in this game here.
For sure, because they're definitely a dangerous team when they're all on the same page.
Of course.
3 attempt by Plainwell. Does not fall, as Maddie Zakay will get the rebound.
Viking basketball. And once again, we do apologize for any technical difficulties we do have or will have in the future. Please bear with us.
We have Jessie Thornton with the inbound. 7:37 left on the clock. Inbound to Elin Hoyt. Good break of the Plainwell's press. As it will be another turnover for the Lady Vikes early on. Jessie Thornton just going to keep her dribble throughout the baseline.
That was a pretty good press break from our Lady Vikes.
So we have number 11, May Nguyen.
Oh,
it is good. That is number 3, Alyssa Weldon with the 2-point jumper.
Okay, Ewan.
Jessie Thornton at the top of the key.
Picks up her dribble.
3-point attempt by Elin Hoyt. Does not fall. Offensive rebound by Maddie Zakay. Goes up. Does not fall as it rolls out of bounds. Will be Plainwell Trojan ball.
Maddie and Tanaya chuckling over that rebound. Hopefully they'll make the next one.
Overall, so far, good takes by the Lady Vikes. Number 3, Alyssa Weldon, taking the ball out for Plainwell.
Good defense.
What? Hit out of bounds by Allie Garrett. Will be Trojan ball. Inbounding number 10, Elena Ranney. Another ball to the post. Very scrappy defense from the Lady Vikes so far. Amazing job. 3-point attempt does not fall. Defensive rebound, Allie Garrett's. Good defense so far from the Lady Vikes. 2-0. Ball is initially picked, but it's recovered by Jesse Thornton.
Ooh.
Passing turnover, Jesse Thornton.
Not a very good pass.
Number 3, Alyssa Weldon with the steal. 2-point attempt does not fall.
Nope. It's going to be Viking.
Will be Viking ball. Shot was attempted by Anna Overway.
No good.
You can also just notice the effort within the Vikings. You know, they're always running, they're always hustling, and they're always just trying to get every rebound they can.
Of course. Early pickup by Jesse Thornton.
Elin Hoyt, the freshman. One of the great young talents on this team.
She puts in a lot of work.
3-point attempt by Tanaya Brown. Does not fall. Defensive rebound by Alyssa Weldon.
Sounds like the Plainwell band seems to be getting in our Lady Vikes' head.
Plainwell is definitely one of the hardest courts and stadiums to play in, football and basketball wise.
Of course.
As a 2-point attempt does not fall.
Foul.
2 layup shots do not fall, but they will draw the foul. That is number 10, Elena Rani. Elin Hoyt's first foul of the game, as well as the team's first. First shot does not fall.
Our Viking defense seems to be pretty good for most of the season. So let's hope they can keep that momentum going.
This is a huge change from last year, as a lot of the games are low. Their opponents are being held to lower scores.
Yeah.
As the second free throw is made by Rani. Inbound to Hoyt. You can tell Plainwell is just trying to put up a lot of pressure on the Vikings, try to force turnovers. Turnover for Elin Hoyt, stolen by number 12, Anna Overway. As we will have a defensive foul on Elin Hoyt, her second, team's second.
I'm not too sure if Elin's ready for this speed of varsity play yet. I know she's definitely putting in the work as she gets subbed out.
As number 4, Gianna Ball will enter the game.
Sophomore, I believe.
Like we said, another youngster on the team that is able to actually have a pretty big impact.
Yeah. I think Elin just needs a breather. Needs to get...
Needs to rework.
Yeah.
As a 2-point layup will not fall. Offensive rebound. They will get called for a jump ball. Great hustle by number 4, Tessie Keel.
Great work defensively by the Vikings.
Plainwell will get their possession back.
Good defense, Allie.
Good face guard.
Of course.
Not really giving Plainwell any open lanes.
No, as they take the ball to the top.
We will see a 3-point attempt. Does not fall. That was number 11, Kaylee Van After. As there will be a shooting foul. That'll be on number 12, Allie Garrett's. Or number 15, my apologies, Allie Garrett's. Will be 2 shots for Overway.
Our Lady Vikes haven't gotten much offensive attempts.
As the first shot falls, it is 4-0 Trojans. Seems that the Lady Vikes offense hasn't really gotten started up yet. The second shot will fall.
A 3 bouncer. A 3 bouncer.
A lot of ricocheting there.
Oh, Gianna. Our Lady Vikes trying to swing the ball.
That Plainwell noise is definitely loud, though.
It is there.
Drive to the lane by just Thorne. Does fall. Amazing take by the senior.
Starting the Vikings hopefully on a momentous streak.
Basketball's a game of runs.
It is. Our Lady Vikes have been working a lot on their defense and practice squad.
It's definitely shown.
It is. They've been putting in the work, to say the least.
Good defense. Jake Thorne does not recover it, though. Plainwell does retain possession.
Good take. Number 3 on Plainwell. It'll be Vikings ball.
That was number 3, Alyssa Weldon, with the 2-point miss, as Austin Rohax, number 24, will sub in for number 3, Tanaya Brown. Couple fresh new bodies in for the Lady Vikes. Hopefully they'll be able to start some more momentum offensive-wise. There's another take by Jesse Thornton. Does not find the baskets.
But draws the foul.
There's a number 10, Elena Ranney. Jesse Thornton will shoot 2 for the Vikes.
As I'm looking at the Plainwell bench compared to the Lady Vikes, it seems they have some depth and some numbers as opposed to us. So I think Sarah Workman's doing her best to recycle and keep her players fresh.
As the first shot falls. You know, something I've also noticed is that within Sturgis and Plainwell, they obviously have a higher student count than most Niles schools.
Yeah, of course. Just bigger schools, bigger districts.
Second shot does not fall. Rebound number 12, Anna Overway. As we've seen the same aggressive defense for the Lady Vikes so far. It has been working as they've kept Plainwell to only 5 points so far.
Yeah.
With 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Seems like the Trojans are trying to run a 4 high, but the Lady Vikes are able to really shut them down.
They're playing very physical. They're communicating, like you said.
Of course. The Trojans aren't backing down either, though, so the Lady Vikes are going to have to keep battling.
You know, I believe if there's a shot clock, it went off by now. As the 2-point jumper will not go in. Will be a offensive turnover, though. That was Rohax.
That was a good rebound by the Vikings. You just couldn't finish it off.
Will be Plainwell possession again.
Oh, looks like the Plainwell.
You know, sometimes they just have to slow it down sometimes just to prevent those turnovers.
Yeah. Our defense is probably, I would say, our strong suit.
Post move. Draws the foul. That is Overway. Foul is on number 15, Allie Garrett's.
Team third.
As Overway will be up for her second set of free throws so far this game.
Correction, team fourth.
First shot falls. Something to notice also is that so far the Vikings have 4 team fouls. You know, as soon as you get to 5 and above in the team fouls, you know, they'll go into the bonus, which is actually a very important part of basketball as well.
Yeah. I think the Vikings are just not drawing. They're issuing some early fouls.
Just throwing with the speed. Lip does not go in. Good rebound, though, by Rohax. Gets the jump ball called. This will be Viking possession.
This seems to be a really even matchup between the Trojans and the Vikings.
Yeah, so far, both teams are definitely playing really good defensively. Good take by Tanaya Brown.
It is good. It is good.
Brown's first points of the game.
Cutting the lead to 7-5. 2-point differential.
And the Lady Vikes have also been very good at close games so far, beating opponents like Paw Paw and Edwardsburg.
Yeah, not cracking under pressure. Like you said, just durability and persistence.
Just being able to weather that storm.
Yes. Couldn't quite think of the phrase.
Vikings continuing to play very good defense.
Oh,
They will call a blocking foul on Rohex there.
Lady Vikes are trying, but they did indeed have 3 exams today. So,
As that is their 5th team foul, which will lead into the bonus. Number 11, Kaylee Van After, will shoot 2. First shot will go in. As number 30, Blanka Bolinska, will enter the game. Second shot will go through the basket.
as the Trojans pull ahead with a 4-point differential, 9-5, with less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Sloppy
Risky pass by Jesse Thornton will lead to a pushing foul that on number 11, Kaylee Van After, the team's second.
And we did just receive information that our Lady Vikes and our varsity boys game will be streaming at Wings Etc. in Niles. So big shout out to them. Thanks for the support.
Yes, sir.
And we hope the quality isn't too bad.
You know, Wings has always been, you know, one of our favorite businesses. It's okay, we'll knock down the two foot jumper. With 15 seconds left to go, the Vikings are only down 9-7. Seems the Trojans are trying to make this the last possession of the quarter.
So if you're hungry tonight, go to Wings. What?
Number 12, Overway, does draw the foul. That's Tanaya Brown.
That's an interesting shot attempt.
This will be her third set of shooting free throws so far this game.
And number 12, Anna Overway.
Which does barrel in. You know, you've also seen the notice that they're trying to really win in that post game so far with Overway.
Yeah.
As they're trying to get her to post up, and finish the layup, or if they're wanting her to get to the line and shoot some free throws. As the first quarter ends, Lady Vikes are down 7-10 so far. As we go into the second period, what are your thoughts so far, Bo?
Well, our Lady Vikes aren't playing bad necessarily. I think our offensive could get worked on a little bit more just to execute some more points. Defensively, I think we're doing some justice. And the Trojans are also battling, so I would just
obviously
say,
a very defensive game so far.
Yeah.
And, you know, a big factor of this game so far has been free throws shot by Plainwell. Has been probably over 3/4 of their points so far, which is also a big problem towards team fouls, being in the bonus, fouling out, which might be a bigger problem down the stretch.
Of course. And we'd just like to thank you again for tonight's Broadcast Bite sponsor, Mrs. Philly's husband, Mike Philly. Please, because shoveling sucks, call Mike Philly at 269-845-0672. That's 269-845-0672.
As we enter the second quarter, we will see all the same starters besides Gianna Ball. Plainwell will have possession to start the second quarter.
Looks like the Vikings have switched into a zone defense. The man didn't seem to be working too well for him.
They're also a big part of their defense. They're really so versatile. You know, they're able to face guard, go man-to-man, and also play the zone very efficiently.
Yeah. And the communication factor as Elon breaks away.
Open lane on the layup. Does go up. Draws the foul. Called on number 10, Elena Rani. Hoyt will go to the line to shoot 2. Very good defensive rep and offensive rep for the freshman to be able to get to the line and get her team some free points.
Yeah. As we saw in Elon Toy's last game, home, I believe, or at least the last game that I broadcast, she played spectacular. Just came back from BPA, state qualifier.
As the first shot falls, I agree with you, Bo. She has had definitely some great games in the last 5.
Yes, of
Obviously,
course.
some very big steals, some very big shots that she put up against Edwardsburg, which got them the victory.
Of course. There's lots of pressure, but it doesn't seem to faze her. She keeps chugging on.
The noise does not stop Hoyt as she makes the second one. You can just tell the momentum is definitely high right now as you see how physical they're playing. They're trying to get down the court, trying to spread the floor.
Vikings high press. Gianna Ball.
Oh, good defensive rub. She will get called for a jump ball.
She grabs the ball. Gianna Ball grabbing the ball.
Vikings will have possession. As we have number 1 Jesse Thornton leading the offense once again.
Oh my goodness, that Plainwell band is really loud.
Yeah, we can hear him through our mics right now.
I can hear through the headset.
Definitely a lot of stadium pulls so far. Jesse Thornton, open look for the 3.
Oh,
bangs it in!
And one!
What a momentum shifter for the Lady Vikes. As Jesse Thornton will go to the line after the and 1-3.
The Vikings take the lead for the first time in their varsity game tonight. Oh my goodness, and what a way to do it.
A very big shot by Jesse Thornton. She's made big shots all year, and it's continue to happen.
Oh my goodness. Let's see if she can knock down her free throws, just like she got knocked down on her shot.
Free throw for the 4-point play. It will not fall. Spins around the rim.
In and out, rebound.
Offensive rebound, Sire Brown. Lay attempt does not fall.
No foul. Good.
Plainwell will get out of the Hoyt and Brown trap.
Seems like the Viking energy is starting to pick up a little bit. Deep 3.
Knocks it down. That is number 11, Kaylee Van After with the deep 3. A very big response to Jesse Thornton's and 1 3-pointer attempt.
Yeah. These very even teams. Sarah Workman coaching up her team from the sideline.
They will call it a jump ball, which will return B Plainwell's possession so far. The Trojans lead by 1, 13-12, with 6:26 left in the second quarter. Number 3, Alyssa Weldon, controlling the Plainwell offense. Tipped by Jesse Thornton. Gets too aggressive, though, as she will have a foul.
I'm going to say this physicality in this game, I foresee it getting a lot.
It's definitely going to be a big factor
intense
towards the final result.
Yes. I think it's going to be a great game for our Lady Vikes to test their strength and their will.
For sure.
As the stands start to pile in.
Good help defense for the Vikings. It will be tipped out of bounds. Allie Garrett's good defensive rep, but will be Plainwell possession. Three-point attempt does not fall.
Not very close.
Air ball from the Plainwell Trojans.
Another shot.
Another shot.
Ooh.
Another offensive rebound. So they will draw the foul.
Oh my.
2 3-point attempts don't really come close to the basket, but
no.
You know, it's obviously a big momentum shifter when you're actually able to draw a foul and get back-to-back rebounds in one possession.
That's true. I think the Trojans have started to realize that driving in the paint really isn't going to work for them with our Lady Vike defense.
You know, it's been one of the biggest factors all year of just getting a lot of post points in the paint, but so far the Vikings have defended it really well.
Yeah.
Steal from Jesse Thornton. Does it sold once again. Open 3-point attempt. Does not fall. Hit out of bounds by number 12.
Viking basketball.
Overway. As we get some more of that Lady Vikes magic, Lady Vikes defense.
No press. No press by the Trojans. Seems they're moving a little more defensive.
Seems another different approach from Plainwell. As that student section is getting loud. 3 points out by just Thor. Deep 3. Will not fall. Rebound number 12. That's Overway. She's still right. She actually hit that shot from the same spot.
She did.
Look, does not fall.
A little scramble at the top of the key.
Yeah, Plainwell does come up with offensive rebound.
Blocked by Allie Gates. That was kind of loud. I apologize.
You're fine, bro. Very good rep by Garrett's there. Vikings in transition. Back-to-back layups do not fall. We will get a jump ball, though. Very good defense. Once again, another trap by Hoyt and Brown. Seems they've been one of the better defensive duos so far for the Vikings this season.
Yes, very aggressive, to say the least. Tania Brown.
And also, so far, the Vikings have they've had a lot of good looks so far. It's just what matters is if they're able to knock them down.
Yeah. We can't forget Jesse Thornton's fadeaway 3 and 1, which is a huge momentum shifter.
Great closeout by Rohax. Plainwell will get the offensive rebound, though. Pass is thrown out of bounds.
Wild pass.
Turnover for number 5, Anna Schwierbeck. Will be Viking ball.
Elin Hoyt getting
a little trouble.
Trapped.
Great vision from Rohax into the finish.
Oh.
Good hustle by Rohax. It will not be the Vikings ball, though. Plainwell will get possession. There's less than 4 minutes left. The Vikings trail the Trojans 13-12.
And once again, we do apologize for any technical difficulties that we do or may have in the future. Last broadcast, we did try to stream the doubleheader boys and girls game separate, and it didn't seem to work too well for us.
Does fall. Nice overway. Big three-point shot by Plainwell as they lead by 4 now.
So this week, we are going to try to have a continuous stream for our varsity girls and our varsity boys. So after the varsity girls game, stay tuned for the varsity boys game. Grab a snack.
Take by Hoyt does not go in. Austin Rohax's defense, though, does get the jump ball for the Lady Vikes.
We're going to send some subs in. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened with our broadcast.
As the Vikings have 6 on the court right now. Situation does get fixed out, though, as Rohax go to the bench. Brown comes in.
See if our Vikings can make a
press break for the Vikings. Good vision.
Bucket.
Great bucket there by Garrett, number 15. Very well drawn up by
good steal by
Coach
Thornton.
Vikings do get another
Pop
steal.
That. Oh.
I hear that noise of the Plainwell section once again.
Good drive by Garrett. Drops back.
And there's some good post move, just not able to finish it.
Unfortunate. Good attempt, though.
Very good attempt.
One thing that I admire about Allie Garrett is her... Oh.
Super shot will fall. That's number 10, Elena Rani. The junior has had multiple threes so far this game.
Of course. We need to start marking her up.
Oh.
Whoa. Blue.
Pass is too far out by Thornton. Will bounce off Trojan hands. Those Vikings will retain possession. Like I said earlier, that break they had on the block there, just really well drawn up by Coach Workman.
Yeah. Our pressing as a whole seems to be really thought out, really developed, and just really good.
As Garrett's coming out, one of the more impactful players so far this game. Pass is wobbled by Hoyt. Oh no, we'll get the steal. We'll draw the foul. That's number 11, Kaylee Van Adder.
Foul on number 4, Gianna Ball.
Will be the team's third of this quarter. About 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. First shot will not find the basket.
The Vikings trail by 5. I think.
This is the second one as Hoyt gets a rebound.
Good move.
Thornton leads the Vikes in points so far this game. Post pass to Tania Brown. Finish does not fall. Offensive rebound by Brown. We'll will be a jump ball. Good defense so far by the Plainwell Trojans.
There's just been some really good contests down in the paint on both sides.
You know, a couple good moves from the Vikings so far, and Sanaya Brown and Allie Garrett just haven't fallen yet.
No. But I think with persistence and time that the Lady Vikes will succeed in those low baskets. Because those are the very crucial baskets that can make or break the game.
You know, it's just something as little as just like, 50% of your shots more going in. Just a big factor towards the points this game.
Yeah.
But tries to play the post game again. Does not work, though. This will be a jump ball. Great defense by the Vikes. Main contributors there were Allie Garrett's and Austin Rohax.
I don't believe there have been any timeouts.
Not so far.
Nobody needs to refocus.
No, they're just letting them play, man. It's a big part of just growing as players and as people.
Jesse dribbling.
Some LaMelo Ball play right there.
All throughout the paint. See, I don't really know what the paint is. I just say any part that's not in the three. I just call that the paint.
It's just, you see it from the, you see the big rectangle?
Yeah.
That's not the oval?
Yeah.
That's the paint.
So I need to stop using paint as loosely as I do.
Two-point jumper draws the foul. The mid-range does not fall, but even Hoyt will draw a foul. She will be shooting too. Lady Vikes with a good chance here to get in within three.
It's like Sanaya Brown's coming back into the game.
First shot is good. As we see Brown coming back in the game for Rohax.
With just over a minute left in the second quarter, Elin takes her second shot.
Does not fall. Offensive rebound, Allie Garrett's. Goes up for the finish.
Good take. Oh.
Barely rolls out.
Oh, wild pass.
Wild pass leads to a Plainwell turnover. Vikings regain possession. Good backdoor by Hoyt.
Oh, doesn't.
Barely rolls out, though. As you know, another one of those shots to where just barely, just the rims.
Oh, my goodness. Sarah's going to have a talk about finishing with these Lady Vikes.
It's definitely a big part of this game so far. Open look for a three. Does not. Offensive rebound, though. Blocked by Garrett. Oh, they get her for a foul.
Oh, my goodness. An insane foul call.
A very questionable call by the ref there.
On Allie Garrett's.
Would have been our second block of the game.
Number 15.
It's number 12, Anna Overwright will go to the line once again. She's been definitely a main contributor in points just based off of her free throw attempts. First one will go in as the Trojans now lead by 20, or not 20, they lead 20 to 15.
That was an immensely questionable call. But the Lady Vikes continue to push through.
Offensive rebound. Keeps it within 5. It's just below 30 seconds. So the timeout is called by the Lady Vikes.
Their first timeout.
As they will get some time to go over, draw something up, try to get some points and within one possession before the second half.
Right. So it looks like the Vikings need to refocus. And when you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoked Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo.
You know, as we've talked about, so far a very good defensive game from both teams. There's a big part of this game so far has been finishing for the Vikings.
Yes.
Many not really open looks, but many good takes and moves by the Vikings. Really, nothing's really fallen yet.
No.
Once that starts to happen, though, which I believe it will, they should be able to come out on top.
Of course. I think the Vikings just need to keep fighting, like you said, weather the storm. I remember the phrase this time. They need to weather the storm. Allie Garrett, with her huge contribution to defense and offense, works incredibly hard.
Pass is almost stolen. Just Doran does retain possession. Open look. Does not fall. Good rebound by Overway.
Another foul on the Vikings.
Is a reaching foul.
Looks like the ball's going down to the other side. Looks like they're shooting. Team
will be the team's 5th as they will start shooting free throws. Really another important thing, like I've said, is the bonus.
Yeah.
Every personal foul will lead to 2 shots.
It's just unfortunate for the Lady Vikes. I feel like that's where most of their points are getting chipped away at. It's the free throws as the first one goes in.
So far many free throw attempts by the Plainwell Trojans, and most of them have fallen. Offer run by the Trojans is rejected
Mid-range,
though.
air
And so
ball.
is the mid-range. 2 back-to-back blocks for the Lady Vikes. They're in transition. Take by Thornton.
Too hard.
Does not roll in as the clock expires. First half is over in regulation.
The Vikings trail by 6 at the end of the first half.
Going out of the first half, what are your thoughts so far, Bo?
I think our Lady Vikes are pursuing really hard against these Trojans, which is a very even matchup. Just their offense just really isn't finishing.
Yeah, very close game so far. They're playing excellent defense. It's just that some of those
100%.
offensive possessions, I feel like they have to go out with some more rewards than what they have been so far.
Yeah, Sarah seems really confident with her team. No doubt in her mind that she thinks this game is the Vikings.
As she should be, man. The Lady Vikes have been a very good second half team throughout the course of the season. And hopefully they're able to come out on top like they have in some very close Wolverine Conference games. For example, Edwardsburg and Paw Paw led in a score of less than 1 point of a deficit, or less than 3 points of a deficit.
Of course.
So we're hopeful to see the Lady Vikes come out on top today.
Yes.
And once again, we would like to thank you for our sponsors, Peerless Solutions, First Source Bank, Trader Tree Farm, Smoke Vision Care, and Jen and Katie Luke from Red Shoe Reality Group. You guys are what makes this production possible. Big thanks to you guys. And we are going to enter the second half in about 9 minutes, where we are going to send it for a break.
All right, welcome back to our Lady Vike matchup between the Plainwell Trojans. Thanks for joining us here on the Nilly broadcast.
And, you know, before we go into the second half, big thanks to our sponsors, Peerless Solutions, First Source Bank, Schrader Tree Farm, Smoke Vision Care, and Jan and Katie Luke from the Red Shoe Reality Group. You guys make this possible. Huge thanks to you guys.
Thank you also to our food sponsor for tonight, Miss Philly's husband. If you don't want to shovel your yard, call him.
And also a big thank you to Wings Etc. for streaming our games so far on their TVs so far in their bar and restaurant area. Big thanks to you guys for getting the publicity definitely up the Millie News and the Millie broadcast. We appreciate you guys a lot.
Just to reiterate, if you don't want to shovel your driveway, call Mike Philly at 269-845-8072. As the Plainwell Trojans take the ball out to start the third quarter. A lot of ball movement up top. Dumps the ball down. Shot attempt, no good. Shot number 11. Defensive rebound by Elin Hoyt.
Definitely a bit of physicality there from Brown and Garrett's.
Oh. Defensive steal. Number 12, Anna Overway. Excuse me. The Vikings catch an early foul, which is not good considering the past 2 quarters we have received more than 5 fouls and went into the bonus.
They've definitely had a lot of problems with that, which resulted in a lot of free throws by Plainwell, which has definitely been most of their points so far.
Of course. Plainwell shot, no good. Rebound by Elin Hoyt. Takes the ball up, passes it to Maddie Zakay.
Fast transitions for the Vikes so far.
Mid-range shot, Tanaya Brown, no good. Defensive rebound, number 12, Anna Overway.
It's just that we've had quite a physical battle between Garrett's and Overway so far in the paint.
Of course, 2 bigs. Shot, number 10, no good. Rebound, Elin Hoyt, yet again.
Whistle blown, but they wave it off.
I didn't catch that. Maddie Zakay with the ball at the top of the key. Passes it to Nia Brown, dumps it to Allie Garrett's. Shot, no good. Rebound, Elin Hoyt for the putback. 2 bounces, no good.
A lot of people talking about going into the second half, bro. Some of these shots have got to fall in eventually.
Yeah. I think that's where the Lady Vikes are losing most of their points. It's just shots that they're taking, they're just not falling. Speaking of falling, number 3, Alyssa Weldon, senior for the Plainwell Trojans, makes a 3.
Great shot from Leo there. As something to mention is that Plainwell's roster really only has 2 seniors.
Plainwell steal.
Which is compared to the Vikings' currently 5 seniors that get in the rotation quite a lot.
Yeah. Sarah Workman does a great job of recycling her players, keeping them fresh. With a wild pass from number 10, Alana.
Another turnover for the Trojans there.
Our Viking offense seems to be a little slow. Let's see if we can break this Trojan press.
Obviously, you can see quite a face-to-face press so far from Plainwell, as after half court, really everything's open. Really takes into accountability the speed of how the Vikings are going to have to play.
We lose the ball right before half court. Trojans with a shot attempt in the paint, no good. Self-rebound, 3 from number 12, Anna Overway.
Another big shot there from the junior.
Drains it.
Has been definitely one of the big contributors for Plainwell this game so far.
Increasing the Trojan lead by 12. Vikings on the offensive. Jesse Thornton trapped in the corner by number 10, Alana. Allie Garrett's with the shot, no good. Self-rebound, puts it back up for 2, no good once again. For a now Trojan rebound.
Another field goal miss for the Lady Vikes there.
See, those are just like the simple buckets that they're just the routine that you think will go in, and then they just don't.
Definitely some like unlucky play here for the Lady Vikes.
Number 11, Kaylee for the Trojans, taking a long time to get the ball. 3 for the Trojans, Alyssa, wide open layup.
Great take by the senior as the Vikings will call a timeout to try and regroup. Obviously, Sarah Workman has been a great coach for the Lady Vikes the past couple of years.
Of course. So, as our Vikings take time to refocus, you can also refocus by visiting Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoked Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo. Wow, what a start to the third quarter for our Lady Vikes.
Obviously, a lot of momentum gained by Plainwell there as the Vikings fall within 14 points, which is a pretty wide deficit for women's basketball.
Especially considering how they were so close in the first half. The Vikings seem to hold on pretty well, but now it seems they're starting to get a little tired and a little antsy.
You know, hopefully they've gotten the break, they got in the water. Hopefully they're able to play with a higher speed than Plainwell so far.
They might need to see Dr. Urbanski, Dr. Mundy to refocus.
Man, sometimes I feel like these refs have to see Dr. Urbanski, you know?
Sometimes, yes. But we do appreciate our refs. They take time out of their day to put on a show, to help put on a show for us. As the Vikings inbound the ball, Jesse Thornton brings it up.
Thornton has always had a good dribble package.
Mid-range, Maddie Zakay. It is good. One of the first shot attempts, excuse me.
Another two-point jumper made by Zakay there. You wonder if she takes that step in from the three-point line, if she just doesn't like the three ball, or if she's just automatic from the mid-range.
Number 11, wide open for the Trojans. Shot attempt from the three, no good. Trojan rebound, swinging the ball across the top of the key. Trojans completely controlling the tempo of the game. Number 3, Alyssa driving, baseline, swings it back out to number 11, Kaylee.
Trojans have to reset as Vikings playing very good defense so far.
Vikings are not giving up. Maddie, ankles broken by number 11 with a wild layup attempt, no good. Allie Garrett's making the run. Jesse Thornton bringing the ball up, down the paint for the easy bucket.
Great take and transition there from Thornton.
Very confident layup by Jesse Thornton. Probably very critical, cutting the deficit to 10.
Thornton leading the Vikings in points so far, having about 7.
See, the Viking defense is working really hard. It's just our Trojans seems to be a lot better at making 3 points.
They will get her for the blocking foul.
Yep.
That's number 5, Maddie Zakay.
I think
they will get for actually an out of bounds call. My apologies.
Yeah. Jesse inbounding the ball to Gianna. Pass it back to Jesse. Almost breaking the press. Jesse at the top of the key. Maddie checking to the ball. Stolen by number 11. Kaylee. Wide open layup. It's good. And a foul by Gianna. And 1 foul on Gianna Ball.
An overall perfect play there from the Trojans as she's able to read the steal and then get perfectly in transition and to draw a foul and get the bucket.
That was a pretty good play by the Trojans. Number 11.
Great hustle, great shot.
Kaylee Van Inter, junior, taking 2.
For the 3-point play.
Excuse me. And it's good. Don't know why I said 2 shots there. Jesse taking the ball up. Falling off the press break play. Dribbling around the top of the key. Tries to swing it. Backdoor cut by Allie Garrett. Great call by Allie Garrett. Read the play perfectly. Saw the 2 defenders and used the backdoor wonderfully.
Great play by the Vikings there. Like we said, the communication is definitely a big factor. That chemistry between Thornton and Garrett's definitely will be a big factor to come in the third and fourth quarter.
Yes. Hopefully enough to get him to pull through. Foul, Allie Garrett.
Wrong foul there.
Number 3. Alyssa Weldon. Excuse me.
Number 5, Anna Sheerbeck will shoot 2. This is the Vikings' 3rd team foul of the third quarter.
Is that 5 or 3?
2 minutes and 21. It is 3.
Yeah. Number 3, Alyssa Weldon taking shots.
First shot finds a way through.
One of 2 seniors, which Evan did mention.
As Ian Hoyt will return to the game for Gianna Ball.
See if our Vikings can make a difference in the third quarter. And the shot
finds the net.
Is good. Maddie Zakay taking the ball out to Jesse Thornton. Dribbling a little loose. Plainwell Trojans pressing incredibly high. Jesse with the ball in the paint for an easy layup. No good. Rebound by Elin Hoyt. And fouled. Trying
as the floater attempt does not fall. Good rebound by Hoyt there to draw 2.
Of course. That's like a pretty hard foul. I think our Lady Vikes need to pick up the pace a little bit. I know Jessie is one who likes to make things go fast, but the rest of her team is more contaminated.
I agree.
Excuse me.
Once they catch up to speed, I believe that they will find more success.
Yeah, they need to work on the same wavelength. Elin makes the first free throw of 2 as they are still down by 12 with just over 2 minutes to go.
Hoyt will take her second shot. Does go in.
Good. Seems the Vikings will be pressing high. Maddie Zakay, Tanaya Brown. They get pressed. They get broken by number 3, Alyssa, who goes for the drive and draws the foul.
Another great take there.
Number 3, Alyssa Weldon, is very good at drawing fouls against our Lady Vikes.
As being one of the only seniors on the team, she's definitely made a big impact leadership-wise. Of course, commanding her offense, being able to get points on the board.
Indubitably. That's a new word.
Indubitably.
The first shot is good by Alyssa Weldon.
Vikings had the chance to trail by 13.
Yeah. Which they do pull ahead by 13. Jesse Thornton seems to be individually taking the ball up, looking for the perfect pass. Isn't quite seeing it. Comes over the half, guarded by number 11, Kaylee Vaninter. Drives into the paint. Floater, no good. Looks like we're going to get a foul called. Yes, a foul. Maybe an out-of-bounds call. I'm not too sure. Wild pass. Miscommunication by the Vikings. That was an easy ball for the Vikings, but that miscommunication between Elin and Maddie Zakay caused a turnover.
It's like we've talked about some of those unfortunate and lucky factors that's happened. It's really a wide-open rebound right there between the two.
Yeah.
Just falls off both of their hands.
All it takes is a ball. That's my ball. Anyway, it was a jump ball, so Vikings maintain possession as Jesse brings the ball.
Passes by Rohax.
Off the rim. Rebound. Rebound by number 12 on the Plainwell, who rips through, passes it to number 3. Goes for the bucket.
Lady Vikes now down by 15 with over a minute to go in the third quarter.
Very physical. Elin Hoyt dumps it down to Tanaya Brown in the paint. Goes for the drive. Gets fouled.
Good job there by Brown to draw the foul as she will be shooting 2.
We'd like to give a huge shout out to our Nilly broadcast crew that took time out of their day to come all the way up to Plainwell. It's a good hour and 20 minutes.
Definitely a long drive, but definitely worth the drive.
Definitely worth it.
We love being here. We love broadcasting for you guys.
Love to shout out Liam PC, who's behind the board for the girls' game, and will be not behind the board in front of the camera for the boys' game.
As Liam is our current producer, but he will be our play caller for the men's, as you guys know. He does a great job.
Nia Brown lines up and drains her first shot. Also on our broadcast team is the one, the only Evan Williams, Bradley Evan Williams, right here. Also myself, Bo Kurtdahl.
Usually I'd be on the court with the coaches.
Yes, usually
doing interviews, but next game we don't have Trey with us. He's taking his lovely girlfriend Jamila on a date tonight.
What a guy, what a guy. As Tanaya drains her second free throw, hopefully giving the Vikings some momentum. As the Trojans take the ball out, completely break the Viking press for a 2. No good. Viking rebound. Tanaya Brown takes the ball up. Check that. Jesse taking the ball up. Dribbles, swings it around to Maddie Zakay. Jesse taking the ball at baseline, gets blocked.
Will be another foul call for the Trojans. Their team third.
Foul. I think the Lady Vikes are starting to realize that this is a foul game, and the way that the Trojans pulled ahead was due to fouls. So if our Vikings can utilize this awareness of drawing fouls, hopefully we can pull through. Jessie Thornton with her first shot is good.
Definitely one of the best pure shooters on this team, Jessie Thornton.
Of course. Very aggressive player, especially in practice squad. You don't want to be practicing against Jessie Thornton when she's having a bad day after she just took 3 exams. As she makes the second.
That's breaking
Trojans
both.
Press breaking. The Viking press going for the easy bucket, which they miss. Rebound Vikings. Oh, slips out of Maddie Zakay's hand. Trojans regain possession. Top of the key. Number 5, Anna Sherbik. A little give and go by the Trojans at the top of the key. No progress. Number 10, Alana Rani. And we're going to get a foul called on the Vikings.
Will be called on number 5, Maddie Zakay.
Maddie Zakay. Which is now the Vikings' 5th team foul and Maddie's 2nd personal. This is not good for the Vikings. Seems we fell into the foul trap all 3 quarters.
There's been bonus up for grabs every quarter so far, which is obviously a big impact on the result of this game so far.
Number 10, Alana Rani, misses her first free throw. For the second one is off the front of the rim with an offensive rebound. And looks like we're going to get another foul. Seems like there's some tension on the court, if I do say so myself. It's like they're going to have to do another foul call on the Vikings.
Yes, as the basket was called good, it was not in one foul, it was a foul actually right next to it, a blocking foul at number 13, which will lead to more bonus shots.
Excuse me. Who will be taking those shots off the first one? It looks to be, I cannot see the number. I think it is number 11, Kaylee Van Enter.
It is number 13.
Check that. I'm so sorry. Ella Pettick, who makes 1 of 2 free throws.
We will get a timeout call for the Vikings.
Oh, yeah. So it appears the third quarter has run out. Not a timeout call. It was just a really, really unfortunate turn of events for the Vikings. They came out of the first half expecting one thing, and then they just ran into another. And so, like you said, to keep the ball rolling, it's just, I don't think it's in their mentality right now.
You know, obviously the momentum we wanted to see going to the second half just hasn't been there so far. Plainwell just stayed up top so far the entire game, which there has only been 1 lead change for the Vikings so far, coming out on top, which was in the late first quarter. So it's just an unfortunate turn of events so far, but we hopefully see the Vikings finish out strong.
Hopefully Sarah's recycling method of keeping her players fresh and good and watered up is the strategy here, because Our Lady Vikes seem to be trailing by quite a few points.
As we see, Tanaya Brown, Gianna Ball, Maddie Zakay, Jessica Thornton, and Elin Hoyt returning to the court for the start of the fourth quarter.
As the stands start to pile in for the varsity game, which will be taking place right after this game, so please stay tuned as the Trojans, the Lady Trojans, take the ball up.
And we will be keeping this in one live stream. We're just taking a short break during the start of the men's warm-up, so...
Wild pass by the Trojans. Looks like it's going to be a Viking basketball. Lady Viking basketball. Maddie Zakay will be inbounding the ball to Jessie Thornton. At the start of the fourth quarter, the home stretch of tonight's varsity girls basketball game. Jessie passes it to Maddie on the wing. Wild pass by Maddie to Gianna, who then passes it to Jesse. Towards the logo. Dribbles, looks for Elin, takes a three. No good. Rebound, defense, number 12, Anna Overway. And we're going to get a travel from number 12 on Overway. It's going to be a Viking basketball under the rim. Gianna Ball, inbounding the ball. Finds Tanaya under the rim, gets a foul. A lot of shoving from the Plainwell Trojans. Looks like Tanaya's going to be taking 2.
As Tanaya Brown takes these 2 shots, we have noticed that the student section and crowd for Plainwell has definitely shown up for tonight for the matchup against the men's varsity.
Let's see how many Niles fans we got. As Tanaya Brown makes her first free throw. Cutting the deficit to 13, I believe, if my math is correct. I don't know. I just took my AP pre-calc exam on Wednesday, so I'm a little rusty.
Second shot does go in, as the Vikings only trail by 12 with just over 7 minutes, 17 seconds left.
We're going to get a timeout, half timeout call. The first Trojan timeout. Looks like the Trojans need to refocus and drink some water. And when you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoked Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo locations.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as we go into this timeout, hopefully Sarah Workman can draw up a very good possession for the Vikings.
Yeah. I'd just say the Vikings offensive needs to be a little more direct, a little more intentional. I feel like we're just kind of loosey-goosey, just play some hard defense and then see what happens with offense. That's not really the mentality you want to have in the final quarter of an intense game like this.
Then, of course, this is the time to experiment. This is the time to run new plays, try to find something that works, be able to break this Plainwell defense that has been so strong throughout the game.
And just a huge shout-out, not huge, but a decent shout-out to the Plainwell band that's doing a pretty good job. A pretty good, really good job. Plainwell inbounding the ball. Really sloppy. Vikings press that, Trojans are able to break that.
Absolutely botched the layup, though.
We're going to get a number 5 on Sturgis, Anna Scherbeck, foul. Seems like the Plainwell fans are not very happy with that call. However, it was a foul.
As we'll see, 3 fresh bodies from Plainwell come into the game.
Looks like they're starting to recycle now.
Including number 12, Anna Overway, which has had double-digit points this game so far to lead the Trojans.
Of course. Seems to be the Vikings' main problem. As the Vikings will now inbound the ball on the Sturgis offensive. Something like that. Elin picks up her dribble early on, passes it back to Jesse, who brings the ball up past half. Finds the lane in the middle, drives off the front of the rim, rebound offensively by Elin Hoyt with the putback for 2.
Great hustle there by Hoyt to crash the board and get the putback.
Plainwell trapped in the coffin corner, dribbles out of bounds. Viking basketball. Great
back-to-back great defensive
press.
series so
that
far.
That was a great press by the Niles Vikings. Hopefully this momentum is building with one of their shortest deficits since the half. Only 10. Vikings find themselves only down by 10. So hopefully we can work on that.
No. Great press.
Tipped off.
Mazgate does recover, though.
Jesse Thornton with the ball at the logo. Dribbles to the volleyball line. Gianna Ball with the ball. That's a tongue twister. Stolen by number 11. A lazy foul call on Gianna Ball. Looks like number 11, Kaylee Vaninter, will be taking the fouls from that.
You know, we've noticed a lot of tension so far in this game.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of communication, which is what I was looking for at the beginning, but there doesn't seem to be a lot. I see like a little bit of fury in some of these players' eyes.
No, I can definitely say the physicality has been there all game.
Yeah. Number 4 for the Plainwell drives no good with the offensive rebound. Shot in the paint. Defensive rebound, Elin Hoyt. Passing it up to Maddie Zakay, who tries to look for Gianna Ball but can't find.
Jesse. By Thornton.
No good. Pretty good rebound attempt by Gianna Ball, but doesn't succeed. Number 10, Plainwell, Alana Rainey with a crucial two-pointer.
We are having some difficulties with the scoreboard, but the Vikings are down 43-31. We apologize.
We're going to get a foul call. It's like the Vikings are starting to draw some fouls. Thank goodness. They needed to learn that in the first quarter. If the Trojans were going to draw some fouls, then they needed to as well. Allie Garrett with the ball, passes it to Maddie Zakay, who puts it to Jesse in the corner. Dumps it down to Allie Garrett. A little loose with the ball. Tries to pass it back out to Jesse. No good. Stolen by the Plainwell Trojans. Then we're going to get a charge call.
Great defensive rep there by Gianna Ball to force the charge.
Great movement. Number 11, Kaylee Banninter, offensive foul.
You know, it's one of the best parts about momentum basketball, just being able to plant your feet and take a charge.
Of course.
Big part of chewing out this deficit for the Vikings.
Just knowing the game at that point. Knowing what to do in that situation when there's so much physicality. As Jesse Thornton brings the ball up for the Vikings with just over 5 minutes to go. Dribbles down to the right side. Wing. Swings it to Allie for a three. It's
knocks it down.
3-ball by Allie Garrett, who drops back for defense. That is just great work.
A big shot by the senior.
The Viking player. The Trojans now try to match that energy. Number 3, Alyssa Weldon, carrying the ball against Maddie Zakay. Stolen by Jesse Thornton.
Wide open lane.
Wide open lane on the left side. Gets the left-hand layup, is no good with her left hand, but also receives her own rebound.
We'll get a timeout called by the Lady Vikes.
Sarah Workman is going to work on her kids after that insane movement. And so, as the Vikings refocus, you can refocus as well when you see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo. Wow.
Well, as we've seen so far, it's been a common theme of this game, man. Just the Vikings being able to finish has definitely been a problem so far to end this fourth quarter. Really, now from the first to fourth quarter, has been a really big factor towards the score so far.
Our aggression is there. Our mindset is there. We're just not finishing buckets. I think that's our main problem. We trail by what? I can't do math. 9 points? This has been our lowest deficit since the first half, which is so positive for our Lady Vikes. They have 4.5 minutes to figure it out. Make a couple threes like Allie Garrett's, the big. Just
and you
insane.
know, execution is one of the biggest parts about just sports in general. And you know, so far throughout this game, you know, there's been probably about around a 12-point deficit so far. So
yeah,
the Vikings, they definitely come with the right mindset. They just have to be able to go through the plays. They have to finish. They have to execute.
Yeah, the boxing out, defense, taking the charges like Gianna Ball, the sophomore. Very good defensive action. Now we just have to match that with our offense. Elin Hoyt, inbounding the ball to Jesse Thornton. We're going to do a little banana cut. Wide open, Maddie Zakay for the three. It's
knocks it down!
Maddie Zakay for three on the right side corner. Tipped by Gianna Ball.
Big shot by the senior.
The Trojans inbounding the ball are getting a little shaky, and they're going to get an early foul call on Maddie Zakay.
It seems the Vikings are, after making a big momentum shot like that, are getting a little too pushy, a little too aggressive, as they will get a foul call against them.
Liam, you good? All right. Once again, big shout out to our broadcast crew for taking the trip up here. It's not an easy task, especially Robin. He's from Germany. I bet you didn't know that. As the Trojans inbound the ball. And the Vikings trail by 8. I think. No.
6.
6. No. Yes, 6. Oh, pass by Sturgis Trojans in the paint. Shot attempt, no good. Vikings recover.
Good board by Gianna Ball.
I'm sorry, my brain is fried, as Mr. Babbler would say.
Big possession here for the Lady Vikes.
Shout out Mr. Babbler. Gianna Ball with the ball at the top of the key. Jesse Thornton with the three. Oh, no good. Oh, Elin Hoyt almost with the offensive rebound.
Will be a jump ball.
We're going to get a jump ball with a strong fight by number 12, Anna Overway.
Another big shot for the Lady Vikes. Unfortunately, doesn't fall, but they will retain possession.
Hopefully, we can use that to our advantage. Allie Garrett's with the ball, swinging it to Maddie Zakay. Looking Jesse Thornton for the three. It's good! Jessica Thornton with the three. And we're going to get, I'm not too sure what the call was.
Timeout.
Full timeout for the Plainwell Trojans. Oh my goodness, what momentum we have just gained.
You know, as we want Plainwell to refocus, you can refocus by seeing Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo. What a turn of events so far, as the Vikings are only down by 3 points.
Or I should say, oh my nights, because it's night outside. But just the clutchness of Jessie Thornton, the influence she has on this Lady Vikes team is substantial. I cannot even express it. Her effort, along with Allie Garrett's, Gianna Ball, and the rest of her Lady Vikes team, all put together, it's just an amazing thing to witness. And now we have cut that 12-point deficit to now 3 points.
And, you know, obviously we've seen big three-point shots from Garrett's and Thornton, but also some great defensive hustle from players like Elin Hoyt and Gianna Ball.
Of course. And now it seems like the Sturgis Trojans are a little shaky in their boots.
We'll have to see if the Vikings can weather the storm.
Weather the storm. Weather the storm, Lady Vikes, as the Trojans inbound the ball on their defensive. No foul by Maddie Zakay. That looks like a moving screen by number 5
look like
on the
it.
Trojans. Anyway, number 3, Alyssa Weldon with the ball up top. And they're going to get a really weak foul call.
Will be a reach foul for Elin Hoyt.
Number 13, Elin. Oh my goodness.
As it will be the team's third.
Oh, it seems like we have some company up top of the Plainwell Fieldhouse.
You know, to be part of this game, if we want to keep it close, man, they have to stay out of the bonus.
Of course. I think we are doing our best with fouls yet. With just under 3 minutes to go. The Trojans now have the ball. Dump it down. No foul by Allie Garrett's. Shot no good by number 12. What? There's an insane foul call on number 4, Gianna Ball, in the paint on number 12, Anna Overway. Man, Anna Overway must be one of the best foul drawers I have ever seen in girls basketball. That is insane.
As we will see 2 shots from number 12, Anna Overway.
And it looks like number 5, Anna Scherbeck, sorry if I mispronounced that name, is going to take a seat for the Trojans. 2
important shots for the Trojans. First one does not fall.
First one's no good, keeping the Viking deficit to 3. This might be huge for the Vikings. Lady Vikes. Those are synonymous. And the second shot is no good. Number 12 reaching foul over the back.
That will be a number 12 Overway, as Vikings will have possession.
That is a huge foul call, because that appears to be the bonus for the Lady Vikes. Now we'll be shooting for fouls, as opposed to every other quarter where the Trojans were shooting for fouls.
Now we are actually in the bonus.
We are.
Every personal foul now will lead to 2 shots by one of our players.
The tides have turned. The first shot by Elin Hoyt is no good. However, there's one more to inch closer.
As Plainwell's star player so far this game, number 12, Anna Overway, has left the game.
Liam, is our scoreboard back up by chance? Okay, so anyway, we are just under 3 minutes to go. Elin Hoyt makes her second free throw.
Thanks in the second shot, as Vikings only are down by 2.
As they lose ball by the Trojans, recovered. It's going to be a jump ball.
Will be a jump ball. Unfortunately, though, we did get possession last time. We'll be Plainwell possession.
Of course. Great defense and press by the Lady Vikes. Plainwell student section doesn't seem to be very enthused of the comeback by the Lady Vikes. Number 3 is trapped in the coffin court. How is she not out of bounds? I have no idea.
It's still Maddie Zakay, and she's packed.
Maddie Zakay is blocked by Pierce, number 11, Kaylee Van Inter. It was a great defensive recovery by the Vikings, but then another offensive block.
Good defensive rep from the Trojans, but Vikings will get possession as it went out of bounds.
Would that be considered an offensive block for the Trojans or a defensive? Probably defense.
It's a defensive.
Yeah. It was a failed offensive.
Also, a big part, Vikings, I know they want to go faster, but they must slow it down to be able to get a good shot going.
They do have time for their comeback. That's the thing. They have 2.5 minutes.
You know, one shot either ties or puts them in the lead.
Jesse Thornton trying to control the tempo at the logo for the Vikings. Looks like they're playing some box 4 low mechanism. Shot by Elin Hoyt is blocked by number 3. I have no idea how number 4 is not out of bounds
transition
right
as
great transition.
Open lane stolen.
Great move.
Another jump ball
Great
will lead to
defense.
Viking possession.
I'm so sorry for not commentating what just went down. But it looks like the Trojans had a great steal on their defensive and then played a long ball up for an easy layup.
And with just above 2 minutes, the Vikings have a chance to either tie or take the lead. Maddie Zakay pulls up.
Wide open 3 off the rim. Excuse me. Defensive rebound, number 3. Shot attempt, no good.
It's an and one. A game killer for the Vikings as Trojans have a chance to lead by 5. That was number 11, Kaylee Van Adder. The junior has made definitely a very good impact so far this game. Will shoot 1. She finds the basket as the Trojans lead by 5.
Excuse me, I had to step
just
away
under 2
there for a
minutes.
second. The Vikings now trailing by 5 with less than 2 minutes to go. A little bit of momentum leading towards the Trojans.
They've been able to win big games.
Double team on Jesse Thornton, out of bounds on number 11.
Will be Viking ball.
Allie Garrett's trying to control the tempo of the Vikings.
Seems they want to give Jesse Thornton a shot.
Does seem like that. Plainwell defense seems to be impeccably. We're going to get a half timeout call.
We'll get a timeout.
Oh, might be a full timeout. Hold on. I think it's a full timeout for our Lady Vikes to refocus. And when you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoked Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, New Buffalo, and Dowagiac.
Yes, sir. As the Lady Vikes getting water, Coach Sarah Workman should be drawing up a play right now, which in my opinion, I would give Jessica Thornton the ball. Try to get her as open as possible, give her an open shot, where she's, in my opinion, she has the best chance to cut the deficit from 5 to 2 for the Vikings.
Definitely. I would say she is probably one of the more reliable shooters on the Lady Vikes team. However, the intensity of the Lady Vikes right now, I feel it's anybody's game right now.
And, you know, what's more important than making a shot is actually getting the stop right after.
Of course.
If Plainwell is able to drive down the court like they have been most of the game, then this is going to be a hard game for the Vikings to win.
Of course. But the Plainwell Trojans definitely will not back down. As we get going into the final stretch of the fourth quarter with less than 2 minutes to go.
The same bodies that have cut this deficit so short for the Vikings are back on the court. Elin Hoyt will inbound the ball.
And the Plainwell band trying to throw him off. Doesn't work because she gets the ball into Jesse Thornton, who's at the logo for the Vikings. Looks for the screen.
Big screen by Allie Garrett.
Goes for the wide open
jumper.
two. No good, no rebound. It's going to be a defensive rebound, unfortunately for the Vikings, and they're going to get a foul called on Elin Hoyt.
Is a team 6, which will send Plainwell to the line.
That was a great look for Allie Garrett. Great idea.
Fortunately, the shot does not fall.
Just like the first half, the shots weren't going in. So now we are in the bonus for both teams. What a great game to come to. Number 11, Kaylee Van Enter, taking shots for the Trojans. Her first shot is good.
Barrels in as it finds the ricochet into the basket.
What would you call the back of the rim there? Because that's definitely what the ball hit. I'm not too sure what that's called. But it did fall. So, good shot. And the second shot is good. That is 2 points for the Trojans, who are now up by 7.
Big possession here for the Vikings.
Jesse Thornton bringing the ball up, dribbling at the top of the key.
With just over a minute.
Swings it to Elin Hoyt. Shot fake. Shots for 3 gets blocked by number 4. Someone needs to drop back. Number 4 on Trojans is wide open. Allie Garrett covers. As the Trojans are trying to slow the play down in the final minute of our Lady Vikes varsity basketball game matchup.
With this
Number
game
3,
unfolding, the Vikings are most
Alyssa
likely going to have to foul.
Number 3, Alyssa Weldon passes it to number 4, in and out of the basket. It's going to be a jump ball.
Will be Viking possession.
Great defensive work by Tanaya Brown in the paint against number 12, Anna Overway.
With just over 44 seconds, the Vikings are down 7.
Anna Overway, I mean, not to glaze, but she's a really tough contender with our Lady Vikes.
Definitely Plainwell's best player so far tonight. She's impacted on rebounds, even points.
Rebounds, fouls, free throws, just an immense scorer and contributor to the Trojans team.
As we actually see Plainwell with the ball here.
A reverse call, it appears. Plainwell can't really find a pass, except they do. Plainwell's controlling the tempo. Jesse doesn't like that. Vikings playing lockdown defense, down by 7 with 30 seconds to go. Looks like there might be a foul. Yep.
Yes, they will have to foul to send Plainwell to the line.
Going to foul number 3.
As 2 made free throws here will likely be the dagger to end this game.
Unfortunately for our Lady Vikes, it seems we are slowing down in the final half minute. Check. Shot is good by number 3, Alyssa Weldon.
The Vikings are now down by 3 possessions.
As she makes the second free throw.
That was most likely.
The Lady Vikes are now trailing by 9 with 30 seconds to go. Maddie Zakay bringing the ball up. Trojans pressing heavily. Jesse Thornton bringing the ball up past the volleyball line. Swings it to Elin Hoyt for a shot fake. Dribbles in for a 2. No good. Number 11 on the Trojans with the steal. Rebound. As the Trojans are just toying and swinging the ball.
As the time does go down, the Vikings are going to fall to the Plainwell Trojans 50-41.
And that will do it, folks. And your final of tonight's varsity women's basketball matchup between the Plainwell Trojans and the Niles Vikings. Plainwell 50, Niles 41.
An absolute nail-biter. The Vikings do not come on top in games where they've actually been able to win in close games. But what are your thoughts?
I just think the Lady Vikes battle at the beginning of the game was nowhere near the performance that they put up in the second half of the game, where they cut a 12-run deficit to 3 points. That was just an immense contributor to the pulse.
The other way I thought about this game is that likely we saw most of the points come from Jessica Thornton, Allie Garrett. Yes. Unfortunately, we didn't see as much production from the role players as in Austin Rohex, Elin Hoyt, Tanaya Brown. They usually are averaging over 5 a game.
Right.
Unfortunately, we did not see that tonight, which was kind of a big factor in the offensive scoring. But also, obviously, a lot of unfortunate, unlucky shots for the Vikings that, a lot of stuff that usually would go in for them, unfortunately didn't.
Also, a lot of unnecessary fouls. Not to say that all of those were foul calls, but you can't change what the ref calls. So needless to say, we had a lot of fouls on the Vikings end, resulting in a ton of free throw attempts and shots by the Trojans, which is what I think definitely pushed them over the edge.
Overall, the Trojans were able to do a lot of better things than the Vikings were tonight as they come out on top by 9 points. though, in the future, stay tuned because in about 30 minutes, we will see the boys varsity in their baby blue jerseys.
Baby blue.
Second time we've worn them this season. Last time was Insurgents, which was a blowout win. Hopefully we're able to see that tonight. So stay tuned and go Vikes.
The Nilly broadcast is brought to you by Peerless Solutions, First Source Bank, Ted Schrader and Schrader Tree Farms, Jan and Katie Luke with Red Shoe Realty Group, and Smoke Vision Care.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Plainwell, Michigan. We're here at the field house for tonight's boys varsity matchup between the Plainwell Trojan and your Niles Vikings. I'm Liam PC alongside Evan Williams today. Trenton Scott's busy. We'll be joined by Brad Archer in just a moment. So, Evan, let's get into it. Let's start with this Plainwell team who started the year off really good. They beat Paw Paw at Paw Paw. They were 7-2, but then this week they lost 2 games, including a bit of a surprising loss to Sturgis, but still a good team, no doubt.
You know, obviously a lot of momentum was lost from the previously starting off with a good season, but we're hopeful to see what they have to do tonight.
Right, it's a very old and experienced team. They start 5 seniors, and then the 3 players who play primarily off the bench are also all seniors. So a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom. The moment's not going to be too big for them. And then you look at this Niles team. They are playing their best basketball. They've won 4 straight. Braden Faber just hit 1,000 points. The vibes are really good with what Coach Hass has installed in this group. They're rolling. How are they going to keep that momentum going tonight?
You know, I agree, man. It feels like they've all been on the same page recently. And as you know, we are we are wearing the baby blue jerseys once again. Yep. You know, just a thing to keep team morale up, try something different, give them the momentum they need to win tonight.
Yep. So like we said, they've won 4 straight, and with Plainwell's loss to Sturgis this last Tuesday, Evan, the Vikings passed them for 2nd place, so now in the Wolverine Conference. So Paw Paw is currently first, who only has the 1 loss in the Wolverine Conference. Then we are second, who also only has 1 loss. And if we can win tonight, we'll really get a little bit of a cushion in between us and then Plainwell.
You know, it's very important because, as you should know, in the schedule you play both teams in the Wolverine Conference twice, every team. So it's just a big stat pad going into that Paw Paw game, which will be in a couple of weeks.
Right, and now we will be joined by Brad Archer, who is downstairs with Coach Hass. Right by the bench.
All right. I'm Bradley Archer, and I'm here with Coach Mark Hess. Coach, Plainwell is 7-4, very quick, very athletic. What has your team done this week to prepare for this game?
Well, we haven't had practice the last 2 days, so not a heck of a lot in terms of preparation for Plainwell. We've been playing pretty well, hope to carry some of that momentum. Had a little quick shoot around after school, so we'll see what we got.
Very loud gym here. The band's very loud. The student section's right under the hoop. How do you expect your players to perform under this noise?
Oh, I think we'll perform 5. I think we got some guys that kind of thrive on that type of environment and kind of rise to the occasion, kind of some primetime performers. So hopefully they'll show up.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Coach. So one thing that I found really intriguing going into tonight, Evan, was the defense the Vikings will play. Last Friday, a week from today, we saw them absolutely shut down Edwardsburg in a 2-3 zone. This past Tuesday, Plainwell lost to Sturgis, and that Sturgis shut them down by running primarily a 2-3 zone for the duration of the game. And I've talked to Keon. He says we'd run a 2-3 zone really good. I know the players like to run it. It's a sort of a fun defense to run. So certainly a defense that we could see tonight.
You know, coming off what you said, we played man-to-man before the start of the season, and now we're into that 2-3 zone. It just shows how versatile Coach Hass has made our team so far in the year.
Right, and his ability to adjust on the fly has been outstanding. Edwardsburg was getting some open looks, they knocking down some shots, switched into the zone to kind of make up for the lack of communication we were having early in that game. Worked out perfectly, shut down Edwardsburg for the rest of the game.
You know, it's important that they all stay in the same momentum as against Edwardsburg. If we see anything different tonight, they could seem to struggle.
Right. We mentioned the experience that this Plainwell team has. They haven't seemed to really. We mentioned they start out 7-2 as well. But one thing they haven't really done is found that continuity that they had last year. End of last year, you remember they made a deep run in the playoffs. I believe they appeared in the district championship. But even with 8 seniors back, a lot of the same returning players, they're still a team that's kind of trying to figure things out in terms of how are we going to play, who's going to score for us, things like that.
Yeah, obviously we faced a lot of adversity so far this season, so it's just important that we're able to get to that flow state, like you said, to where we're just able to win games no matter what faces us and like what happens during the game.
Right. And then another thing we want to mention for tonight, Evan, is tonight's broadcast bites. We'd like to thank Mrs. Philly's husband, Philly's Snowplowing, for giving us some money to get some food. It's, long trip up here to Plainwell. So thank you to him. He runs a snowplowing business, and I mean, we just got a crap ton of snow, Evan.
Two feet of snow.
And as he says, shoveling sucks. So call Mike Philly at 269-845-0672. 269-845-0672. Huge thanks to Philly Snow Plowing. Go check them out. Saves you a heck of a lot of effort in terms of shoveling your driveway.
And as the pregame clock goes down, we will have the national anthem for our boys.
Yep, we will send you to the floor for national anthems and starting lineups.
Basketball game as your Plainwell Trojans take on the Vikings of Niles. We ask that you rise if you are able and remove your hats to honor our country as the Plainwell Pep Band under the direction of Mr. David Heppenstall plays our national anthem.
All right, huge shout out to Plainwell's band, Evan. They're very good, as we're so used to seeing in all their sporting events. And now we would like to get into tonight's keys to the game that are proudly sponsored by Jan and Katie Luke of Red Shoe Realty Group, helping you find the perfect home while our Vikings focus on winning on the court. Evan, I'll start. For me, it's pretty simple. I got two main things I think the Vikings need to do to get a win tonight. Number one is to keep playing as a team. This is a team who's been playing with a lot of energy, a lot of fire, a lot of passion. You can tell it's a close team, and that's how they've been able to win some games. And then keep knocking down shots. They got Braden Favors shooting 51% from the field, Brendan Olson shooting 59% from the field, Donnie Williams shooting 51% of the field, Keon Kurtdahl shooting 70% from the field. So there have been some lights-out shooters that they got to keep that up in order to get a win here tonight.
Okay, Liam, my keys to the game, kind of similar to yours defensive-wise. I believe that we just have to play in that 2-3 zone on the same page. You know, it seems like so far this season, towards the middle part, that we've just been able to fit in our rules exactly. And we have Braden Favors being able to face guard their best player. And that's when it's successful. We have our role players like Keon Kurtdahl and Bryce Sakay averaging many steals, many rebounds during games, able to get out in transition. I think that should be the key to winning.
Yep.
Number 2.
Yeah, Coach Hass has done a fantastic job knowing his personnel, kind of putting everyone in the good position where they can succeed, which obviously in turn helps the team succeed.
It just shows the experience Coach has as well. You know, he's probably played with multiple teams like this before, and he just knows how to command it.
No doubt. One thing to note, AC Kirkdall is out of his boot. He had that right ankle sprain, so good to see him out of the boot. Wasn't in it for too long. He should be back pretty soon. So the Plainwell Trojans are 7-4. They're 4-2 in the Wolverine Conference. Vikings come into the game riding a 4-game win streak. They're 8-4, 5-1 in the Wolverine Conference, looking for a big win tonight to set up a showdown for the conference with Plainwell in a couple weeks.
You know, a matchup you always like to see. We have Brendan Olson versus Chibametsky for the tip-off. You know, two Slim Reapers, two people that are tall builds, tall. They get rebounds, they dunk. You love to see it.
You remember last year, Brendan dunked on Chib in this very gym. As Plainwell gets the tip, and we are underway in the very nice Plainwell Fieldhouse. Also very loud, great student turnout. Excellent band, really a great environment.
And as I also forgot to mention, that Drew Raymond and Chibametsky duo could be a problem for the Vikings.
A lot of experience, as we mentioned, on this Plainwell team. They start 5 seniors. Vikings starting out in man defense. We thought we might see some zone. Definitely wouldn't rule it out.
They've gained a mismatch in the post.
Blocked by Olson at the rim. Raymond gets the rebound. Put it off the glass for 2. This Plainwell team, they did just lose to Sturgis. We mentioned that, Evan. Sorry, so used to Trenton being here. But not a team you can take lightly just because of the experience and the talent they have on their roster.
A great block by Brendan off the glass, but, you know, just the putback layup is just a great attempt.
Now we're going to get a jump ball. It'll stay with the Vikings. Derek Hill got tangled up a little bit down in the corner.
Possession will go to the Vikings, though.
You mentioned earlier, too, Evan, baby blue jerseys looking very good out there. Second time they've worn them. Now Favors, great look in the corner for 3, no good. Williams with the offensive rebound. Now he tries a 3 of his own, way short. Remember last year, Braden Favors and Brendan Olson were both extremely hot shooting in this gym from beyond the arc. You hope that can kind of translate again tonight.
Yeah, but after back-to-back missed threes, it's possible to seem like they're out of sync so far.
Another air ball 3-pointer. Rough shooting start to the night, out of bounds. It'll be Vikings basketball.
Despite Plainwell seeming to have motivation at the start of the game and a lot of momentum, seems to have just shots like that aren't very smart, and you can just lose it in the split of a second.
Yep. It looked like when they lost to Sturgis, you're watching the film on that game, they came into the game, they just didn't look motivated or very focused. It does look a little bit different tonight, though.
Also is different as it is a home game for the Trojans.
Now Keon Kirkdall under the hoop is blocked. Nunez, the other senior, comes up with it. Trojans sprinting down the floor the other way. Now it's Trahan, gets into the paint and finishes over Brendan Olson. Nice move.
That Olson wingspan is probably one of the largest I've ever seen, so to put it up and get it over him is quite impressive.
Really good job there by another senior. Vikings struggling to get really any good looks on offense here in the early going.
The post game from Donovan Williams.
Keon Kirkdall, wide open 3. Left it short. Gets his own rebound. Now they got Favors back in the post. Triple team down the baseline. Leaves Olson wide open for 3. Boom! He connects. Olson gets the Vikings on the board. They trail 4-3. Only a 25% three-point shooter on the year. Nice to see him connect there.
It's also something to notice is that they were at once triple teaming Braden Favors. It seemed like their gameplay coming into this was to shut him down.
When you got a guy averaging 21.7 per game, he's going to be your primary focus defensively.
Aggressive rebound by Olson.
Vikings now pushing it back down the floor. Williams kicks it to Hill in the corner, in rhythm, off the side of the backboard. Williams gets the rebound and goes up strong.
Great putback
to
by
put
the
the
big
Vikings
fella
in front for the first time tonight. He's a kid who's been really coming on lately. And you saw his breakout game against Edwardsburg, had his career high. Played really well against Otsego on Tuesday as well.
Yeah, and that game was 21 points. Was able to score on all three levels of the ball, whether it was layups, mid-range, or beyond the arc.
Shoots the three ball really well for a guy with a 6'9" frame.
Seems Brandon Olsen tried to rush it a little too much.
Oh, miscommunication by the Trojans, thrown out of bounds. It'll be Vikings basketball halfway through this opening quarter.
We will see Bryce Akay, number 21, enter the game, the junior. As we see Derek Hill go to the bench. He has been pretty hot so far from the beyond the arc so far in recent games. So we're hopeful to see that tonight.
43% shooter from deep on the year. Extremely underrated role player. I know you like him a lot, Evan.
You know, I just respect his game a lot, man. He's not like a cocky player. He fits the system perfectly, actually, and he's able to still score a lot of points for the Vikings.
Now it's Kurtdahl driving. Finishes at the rim. Keon Kurtdahl. What a move by the young guy who should be a sophomore, skipped 8th grade. He's really been coming on as of late.
As the finish leads to a full timeout for Plainwell, or a 30-second timeout for Plainwell.
Trojans looking to refocus. If you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo. So, little bit of a slow start there offensively, Evan, for the Vikings, but they really turned it on. They're up 7-4 now. So a really nice move from Keon there. Brendan Olsen knocked down a three. What do you like so far?
Despite being down 3 points, I still like the way that we're able to spread the floor. You know, we haven't seen, it's not like Brain Favors is all 4 points so far. They're trying to spread it around. They're trying to force shots from different players on their team, and they're playing pretty good defense so far.
We're actually winning, Evan.
My apologies.
All right, so it'll be Trojans basketball. They trail by 3 with 3.5 to play in the opening quarter. Now it's Chip driving to the paint, can't finish. Rebound blocked by Olsen. Then he goes up a third time. That's another senior. Gibson Young is the 6'4" power forward, finishing to bring the Trojans back within 1.
Another big frame for the Trojans as B5 is triple team once again. Tipped out of bounds will be Viking ball.
Very obvious focus by Plainwell's head coach, Larry Ash, to take away Braden Favors.
He's a veteran, been around the basketball coaching experience for a while.
Gets a wide open look for 3. Can't connect. Donnie Williams fighting for the rebound, secures it.
Great board by the big fella.
Favors again, lost the handle. Amazechi coming back the other way, dishes it off to Youngs again, who puts the Trojans back in front.
You know, it's all about runs so far. Plainwell just goes on a quick 4-0 run there to take the lead.
Basketball's a game of runs, Evan.
Yes, sir.
Favors now driving baseline, finishes at the rim through contact to put the Vikings back in front. Now the Trojans sprinting back up the floor.
You know, it's just a huge part of Brain Favors' game, man. He is so much able to just drive to the rim, get an easy bucket for his team.
Now Favors wide open on the breakaway. Lays it in for 2. And folks, we just were informed that the scoreboard's having a little bit of difficulties. It is the first quarter. There we go. Nice defense by Kurtdahl.
Haas trying to hype up that Viking defense.
And a Zechi three-pointer, no good. Interesting last name, my apologies.
Definitely a tongue twister.
Lot of contact under the rim, no call on anybody. And Reese Trahan, the senior guard, is able to cash it in for 2. Lot of contact. Keon Kurtdahl was getting mauled in the paint, no call on him. Refs letting them play early.
He's so far, they've given Keon Kurtdahl the role of just leading this offense.
Now a rather soft foul called there on Trayson Stevenson. And you're talking about Keon. Obviously, his brother, AC, starting point guard, he gets hurt, which has really allowed Keon to step into a new role as a varsity starter. He's done a spectacular job just to be able to run the offense, but then he's also shown that he is a scorer. He's not just your prototypical point guard who's going to distribute the ball. He can be aggressive and attack.
Oh, definitely. And it's also shown that he's gained so much confidence since being on floating for varsity last year.
That's one thing he knows that he needs to get better at, because he knows he has the ability to come out here and score. It's just having the confidence and the conviction to come out and actually do it. It's been a lot better these past few games. Now Favors and one. Nice find inside by the senior Ian Riggenbach. And Favors will go to the line to try and put the Vikings in front.
You know, in the most recent stretch of games, we've also seen two role players that haven't really shined too much, and Cam Adams and Ian Riggenbach. So it's just really nice to see a good look into an and one.
Cam Adams, the freshman, playing in his 4th career game. He scored his first couple points Tuesday against Otsego. Certainly a kid who has shown flashes that he can be a very impactful player on varsity. Now the basket cut by Nathan Launt is good. This is a team who has a lot of senior guards, so they're all really fine polished in terms of finishing like we saw there, not making the little mistakes. Now Olsen rips baseline, tried to throw it down, couldn't finish.
There's also a chance that they could have called for a shooting foul there. Unfortunately, he did not get it.
A lot of contact. Now it's Launt again, ties the game up just like that. 4-point lead evaporates, Evan. Basketball is a game of runs that's been very prominent tonight.
As the clock drops below 10 seconds, we will hopefully see the last possession of the quarter.
We've seen Favors with a few buzzer beaters this year. As it's Riggenbach driving baseline, can't finish as time expires. So it's a tied ball game at the end of the first quarter. 14-14, a lot of back and forth. Good game so far tonight, Evan. So tied after one, Evan. Favors leading the way with 7 points. Everyone else kind of just doing their role. What have you seen so far, particularly from this offense who, after a slow start, really got going there towards the second half of that first quarter?
You know, honestly, it's just a little thing so far. You know, just like when you're in quick transition and it's just bobbling the ball for a slight second, gives the defense a chance to transition back, and it just ruins the entire flow of the game.
Especially in an environment like this. It's loud in here. They got their band, a really good band, packed student section. You got to do the little things right. Like you said, you can't bobble a ball. You can't dribble it out of bounds and have some kid running up the floor for an easy bucket. You got to really hone in here, do the little things right.
Yeah, so those little things, then the entire student section, all the parents in the crowd, they just feed off of it. And it just makes like the aura around the stadium just a lot more stronger.
Right. So start of the second quarter. Been a good one so far.
Yep, as we see the same bodies that started this game, besides the senior Ian Riggenbach being in the game.
Williams, who's done a nice job on Amazechi so far tonight. Deflected out of bounds. It'll be Vikings basketball.
Fortunately, Plainwell thought that they originally had it set by the Vikings, but unfortunately it was not true.
Now Williams battling through contact in the paint, stepped out of bounds. Man, a lot of contact on Donovan Williams there.
Also just a great defensive rep by the two bigs from Plainwell.
Now loose ball in the paint. Favors comes up with it, and he got fouled by Nathan Launt. Pretty bad foul from the Trojans senior. They're 80 feet from the basket.
Overall, a great defensive rep by the Vikings. Good steal by Brain Favors. They would have had Donovan Williams in transition if the foul had not been called.
Favors will slow things down here. It's been a pretty fast game. A lot of back and forth, up and down the court.
Like we talked about, we can hear that student section through our headphones, actually.
Great atmosphere. You love to see it for high school basketball.
Vikings not really able to penetrate so far.
This is another one of those few teams, as Favors got the floater to go to put the Vikings back in front. One of the few teams the Vikings will match up with all year who actually matches up well with them in terms of height. A pretty tall, lengthy team in Plainwell.
Oh, for sure. You know, at least on the court right now, their shortest player is 6'1".
Right. Now in the paint is Luke Filkins, another senior. Ties the game back up.
Very back and forth game so far.
And this one's stolen away by Amazechi. Here come the Trojans in transition. Gonna be a charge on Derek Hill. You love to see it. Putting his body on the line.
And I know I put a lot of love on Derek's game, but it's just plays like that where you really just love how it is, man. Being able to just set your feet, take a charge instead of trying to block, being an unselfish player, just good to see.
Fourth on the team in scoring, and you wouldn't know it. Fantastic player is Derek Hill, Evan. As we do see Keon Kirkdall, who's checked back in. He just got Ian Riggenbach. Keon, who's playing his best basketball right now.
Also, overall, Keon probably is one of the best dribble packages I've ever seen in high school basketball, at least in the Wolverine Conference.
Now Olsen wide open in the corner for three. Oh, just slipped out.
Barely rolls out. And as we saw also in some of the girls' games, some of the shots, it barely grazes the rim and rolls out.
All right, it's a new gym, only its second year hosting games. Olsen now on the breakaway, dishes it off to Donnie William, who puts it off the glass for two.
Beautiful
to put the Vikings back in front. Timeout coach has. They want to focus up.
You know, they won't Plainwell needs to focus up after giving up a bucket in transition. If you want to focus, then you need to see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo.
Real quick, we'd just like to give a shout out to Wings Etc., who is showing our game tonight. And then, of course, we already mentioned Mike Philly's snow plowing service. Thank you for paying for our food and gas tonight. We do appreciate you. It's not easy to come to these games like 90 minutes away like this one is. Call Mike Philly, get your driveway plowed. It's been snowing back home, Evan. Call Mike Philly to get your driveway plowed at 269-845-0672. That's 269-845-0672.
As we see Plainwell possession going out of the timeout.
Vikings move into their one defense here, Evan. Their 1-2-2 zone kind of half-court press, looking to just change things up. It's now loose ball recovered by Nunez.
As you see, number 20.
Who knows?
Yeah, it was number 21.
Donnie Williams gets the loose ball, throws it ahead to Olsen. Throws it down! And one on Chib Amazechi! Oh, Brendan Olsen! On his head! Just like last year.
Seems like just a memory coming back of deja vu for Chib Amazechi. Brendan Olsen!
Last year, Brendan Olsen posterized him. I was sitting on the bench for that game. Oh, man.
What's even better about it is that he also gets the and one call.
And one, knocks down the free throw, puts the Vikings ahead by 5.
Man.
Electric stuff from the senior as a loose ball goes flying out of bounds.
Oh my, I bet you'll definitely be thinking about that one tonight in bed.
Oh man, and in his dreams.
Seems that Brendan Olsen's just been his reaper the past couple of years.
Oh man. The Vikings lead by 5. Momentum starting to get a little bit on their side.
Questionable.
Man, a lot of contact. Refs have been letting them play tonight. Favors no good from the elbow.
Another classic shot by Brain Favors there is that mid-range pull-up.
Now Amazechi back the other way. The 6'5" power forward who has a pretty decent highlight reel of his own, Evan.
For sure.
Olsen pump fakes, drives, tried to throw it down over a man.
That just would have been an all-time highlight for Olsen there.
Oh, man. Now Kurtdahl, shifty in the paint, got blocked away.
Great help from the Plainwell defense.
Open shooter, no good. Williams fighting for the rebound, jump ball called. Man, again through a lot of contact.
Once again, we'll see number 21, Bryce Sakay, coming to the court for number 5, Derek Hill. As Bryce Sakay has been one of the better role players so far for the Vikings. He's been able to have multiple assists, multiple rebounds a game, despite not being able to score as much for the Vikings.
Averages 2 rebounds off the bench. Plays excellent on-ball defense. Really great role player, like you mentioned. Now Williams for 3. Money!
Great shots by the big.
Donnie Williams shooting 32% from beyond the arc on the year. Certainly something that's a strong part of his game, even as a 6'9" center. As Bryce Sakay comes away with a steal, throws it ahead to Olsen, who then threw it off the senior Ronald Nunez out of bounds.
Very smart
high IQ play.
Olsen.
Two very experienced and smart teams facing off here tonight.
Also, something I forgot to add about Bryce Sakay's game is his ability to play defense.
Very quick and shifty defender is Bryce Sakay. Now Olsen, who got triple teamed, goes up strong. Vikings lead by 8. It's their largest lead of the night.
Another strong take by Olsen. Gives the Vikings a even bigger lead.
Now Favors comes away with the steal, who tried to throw it to Sakay. Couldn't secure the handle. Trojans get it back. And the pull-up jumper is good by Reese Strahan, the senior guard. Good answer by the Trojans as we were under 3 minutes to play in the half. Oh, Williams stepped out of bounds.
Like we talked about after the first quarter, it's the little things like that just gives the Plainwell the chance to just capitalize on those moments and get the lead.
Now Derek Hill will grab Brendan Olsen, get him a little breather.
Olsen playing very physical with lots of effort so far, which has led to why he's been able to make so many highlights.
No doubt. Amazechi wide open in the paint. Rolls it in. Plainwell cuts it back to 4. As we near 2 minutes to play in the half.
Seems we have Coach has called play. Keon Kurtdahl commanding the offense once again.
Got it tapped away there. He recovers, though. Now it's Hill who finds William in the paint. Double teamed instantly. Now Keon Kurtdahl underneath. Can't finish. Nice find by Favors. Kurtdahl couldn't finish the layup.
Tough look for Kurtdahl there. Unfortunately, does not roll in.
Plainwell's been doubling a lot. If you get the ball in the corner or underneath the hoop, they're sending multiple defenders your way. Vikings need to adjust and find the open man. Now Amazechi from the elbow is pure, brings the Trojans back within 2 with 90 seconds to play in the second quarter.
Don Williams been doubled very early on.
Favors penetrates, lost the handle.
Able to draw the foul.
Looks like he will go to the line to shoot 2, where he shot 59% this year. Oh no, they're not going to send him to the line. It's going to be a baseline out of bounds.
Something else to note is that Plainwell is up to 4 team fouls, very close to the bonus.
Favors wide open from 3, too strong. And now Donnie Williams going to get called for a foul. He was grabbing on to Gibbs and Youngs pretty aggressively.
You want to see him hit the three. Unfortunately, you become too aggressive after he misses that you give up a foul, which gives Plainwell some momentum.
Vikings now in a full court press. Plainwell able to break it. Amazechi throws it down to tie the game.
It's almost like Amazechi and Olsen are in a dunk contest.
And after the Vikings led by 8, that lead disappeared. Trojans have now stormed all the way back to tie it with under a minute to play until the half. Vikings looking lost, particularly offensively right now, Evan. Now Keon Kurtdahl gets a good look from 3, air balls. Braden Favors recovers it. Now Keon Kurtdahl again dishes it off to Williams in the paint, but it's deflected. And now Drew Raymond stepped out of bounds. A lot going on right now, Evan.
Definitely a lot of chaos so far. It seems that the Vikings are trying to rush it a little too much.
That's easy to do in a gym like this with this much energy. Donnie Williams, the one more to Hill. Left it short. Amazechi with the rebound. 15 seconds to play. Trojans look to hold for last shot. Now the back door by Young's fading away. Kind of tossed up a really bad shot. 2 seconds to play. Derek Hill going to get a decent
From the logo.
No good. He airballed. So we were tied after the first quarter, and we're tied after the second quarter. What a game it's been so far, Evan.
Yeah, obviously some things to notice is that you're just not being able to make up the little mistakes so far. As we see Coach Hass draw up a play.
And now Brad Archer is live with Coach Hass.
I'm Bradley Archer, back with Coach Hass. Coach, 26 points in the first half. How are you feeling about it?
Well, defensively not very good. We're up 26-18 there, and then they go on an 8-0 run to end the half. Not a good little last couple minutes for us.
What changes are you going to make to this defensive half?
Well, we tried a little of everything. I don't think we're playing with a great energy on defense. I don't think we came out with a lot of enthusiasm tonight. We got to do a better job of protecting the rim. Got to do a better job of guarding the ball. They got way too many layups than they should have had.
Brendan, momentum shifting dunk. A lot of momentum built up, kind of fell off. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we gotta sustain that. He makes the dunk, it's 26-18, and then we don't score again the rest of the half. And you gotta play consistent. You gotta play with some focus for 32 minutes.
All right, good luck, Coach. Thank you.
And as we go into halftime, something to notice is that scoring, it started off with Brain Favors leading the way, but now it's kind of more evenly between Brain Favors having 9, Brennan Olsen having 7, and then also Don Williams having 7. Just a three-way level scoring. Seems to like the production has fallen off a little bit. What do you think?
Right, it's been just a good game overall, but you can tell this is not their best game. It's been a little bit sloppy, just in and out. And you expect that. You got a long road trip, half day of school. You're a little bit groggy, a little tired. So a lot of things to clean up. But to be in a tie game right now, I think if you're the Vikings, you take that.
Also another big thing, like picking up what Coach Hass said, they have to protect the rim better. I think Plainwell's only hit 1 3 so far in this half. A lot of points coming inside the paint.
Right. All right, before we send it to half, we would like to thank DNR Sports. They helped us get some really cool T-shirts for the broadcast crew. We're not wearing them now just because we only got them earlier today. But huge shout-out to DNR Sports. Helped us get those T-shirts. Appreciate you guys. And then, of course, Mike Philly. Call Mike Philly to have your driveway plowed because shoveling sucks. Call him at 269-845-0672. That is 269-845-0672. All right, thank you all for being here with us for this presentation of the Nilly broadcast. We'll be back in about 6.5 minutes for the start of the second half.
Hi, I'm Braden Favors.
And I'm Brendan Olson.
And we hope you're enjoying today's broadcast of Niles Vikings basketball.
Today's broadcast could not be possible without the sponsorship of Peerless Solutions.
Thank you to David Shire and the good people at Peerless for supporting our media productions and our Niles athletics.
Thank you for watching.
And enjoy the second half.
All right, we would like to welcome you back to Plainwell High School, or rather Plainwell Fieldhouse here in Plainwell, Michigan. And before we get the second half underway, we would like to thank Mike Philly's Snow Plowing for sponsoring tonight's broadcast bites. They allowed us to eat. It is hard to come up here, so we just got a ton of snow back home. If you need your driveway plowed, call Mike Philly at 269-845-0602. And then we just got some t-shirts for the broadcast crew with the help of DNR Sports. Thank you to Randy and Tanner Melvin. Huge shout out to you guys. Go check out DNR Sports. All right, so we are just about set and ready to get things underway in the second half. I'm Liam Peasy, joined by Evan Williams. Brad Archer is downstairs. Evan, it's been a good one so far tonight.
Oh, for sure. And we've seen the same bodies that started the game on the court right now.
Even after one quarter, it was even at the halftime. And now we got 2 more quarters to figure things out.
Yep, we'll see if the result changes or stays the same.
And one thing we talked about was, will the Vikings play a 2-3 zone as Drew Raymond knocks down a deep 3. The 2-3 zone the Vikings played very effectively against Edwardsburg last week. And the 2-3 zone by Sturgis shut down Plainwell earlier this week. We saw it the first possession there. Vikings in a 2-3 zone looking to counter this Plainwell offense that's been pretty good throughout the night.
Just a great momentum starter coming out of the half for Plainwell. We can see if here if Niles can respond.
A lot of energy in this gym. Really good turnout in Plainwell's student section. They got a good band here as well. So a lot of energy in this building. Vikings going to have to weather the storm and overcome the moment.
For sure. Seems the Vikings aren't able to penetrate the defense right now.
Keon Kurtdahl gets it stolen away. Then the loose ball thrown away. Saved by Raymond at the baseline. Gives it back. Ends up in the hands of Nunez, who puts it in for 2. Trojans lead by 5. Their largest lead of the night. Coach Hass is not happy about it. Now Favors, who attacking, finishes through contact to bring the Vikings back within 3.
This is a great take by the senior. Probably should have been also a shooting foul for an and 1.
Refs have let them play through a lot of contact tonight, as it's Amazechi who responds with a 3 ball of his own. No, actually, they're going to call it a 2. Foot must have been on the line.
You know, like we said, basketball's a game of runs. Plainwell on a 7-2 run coming out of the half.
A lot of contact, no foul. Favors goes up and finally draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Chance to bring the Vikings back within 3.
Overall, a good start by Plainwell coming out of the half, gaining lots of momentum with 2 technically 3-pointers. Messi had a foot on the line.
Hasn't been a super clean game on either end of the court for the Vikings.
Favors' shot barely rattles out. Free throw shot's already a lower part of his game, so it's unfortunate to see that.
Man, he missed them both. Only a 59% shooter from the line this year.
At least so far around the half, we've seen the shift from them scoring in the post to scoring beyond the arc.
Williams got the block. Now it's Keon Kurtdahl coming back the other way. Gets it to Olsen, who gives it right back to Kurtdahl. Tries the 3. Left it way short. He's been off tonight shooting. Now the pass by Nunez thrown out of bounds. Vikings catch a break.
Yeah, something you don't like to see out of the junior. You know, we're talking him pretty highly about his confidence needing to increase, but it's just unfortunate some of his shots aren't going in.
Always harder to go on the road, especially a long road trip like this. Always harder to shoot in a situation like that.
And he's also coming off a lot of pressure. You know, his older brother coming out of the starting lineup and him coming in.
Right. Derek Hill gives it to Favors in the paint, who finishes with the left hand, brings the Vikings back within 3. Nice find by Derek Hill.
Just some amazing ball movement for the Vikings. You saw 3+ passes there before the bucket.
And now the Trojans will take a timeout. Coach Ash does not like what he sees. He wants to refocus If you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo.
And as we go out in the timeout, Plainwell up by 3. It seems that they had the momentum going into it, but it seems that Niles is starting to chip away back at that lead.
This is definitely an environment where if you get down by 5, 10 points, it's going to be really, really difficult to come back. Vikings down by 3 here. Really important that they can keep it 1-2 possessions. You don't want to get down by multiple possessions late in the second half. Going to be really tough to battle back from a deficit like that.
And what's even harder is that Plainwell comes with possession out of the timeout.
Then Raymond is wide open in the paint. Easily finishes. Nice play call by head coach Larry Ash. Trojans now lead by 5.
That student section bringing the noise for Braden Favors.
Favors swings it to Olsen, who attacks, finishes at the rim. Nice move by Brendan Olsen.
It's a great take by the senior to get past 3 defenders.
And now you got to get a stop, Evan. Favors comes away with the loose ball, running down the floor with tempo. Got fouled underneath the hoop.
Just a great job by the Vikings defense to be able to force a bad shot, get a rebound, and again transition instantly. Will be Plainwell's second team foul, already coming out into the third quarter. Could be a problem later.
As Bryson Kay, the junior, checks back in for Derek Hill. Favors, good look from 3. He is fouled. Can't connect, but he will go to the line with 3 free throw shots and a chance to tie this game.
Just a very selfish play from Mesky there. I mean, I know you want to highlight, get the block, not cause any points, but just fouling is just the worst thing to do there.
As a head coach, you hate to see fouls on a 3-point attempt. It's just unnecessary.
It happened early in the girls' varsity game. Jessica Thornton hit a 3-pointer with an and one. Could have had a 4-point play, which could, hypothetically speaking, give the Niles the lead.
Favors missed the first free throw. He struggled from the free throw line really all season.
Another very important part of close games is making your free throws when you need to in crunch time.
Very true. Second one, same story. Third one rattles home.
So unfortunate. You go into the line hoping to gain 3 points, only gain 1 out of it. Seems the Vikings are trying a new press.
Drew Raymond, wide open 3, left it short. Vikings caught a break. They won't catch 2 though. Luke Filkins, the senior, comes up with it under the hoop and finishes. Vikings deficit is 4. Now Williams pulls up from the baseline. Knocks it through.
Great floater by the 6'9" center.
Good job by the Vikings in general just to kind of settle this arena down, not let it get too out of hand.
Yeah, the best way is to stop noise is to beat the noise.
Amen. Now Raymond, another 3-pointer. He's feeling it. Can't connect. Favors gets the rebound. Vikings coming up the floor with a chance to tie the game or take the lead.
Good job by Favors and Olsen to box out there.
Favors attacks, pulls up from the free throw line. No good. And now they're going to get Bryson Kay on a foul under the hoop. He's not happy about it either.
Will be a team first compared to Plainwell's 3-team fouls so far.
Out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Trojans. Favors thought that it went off the hand of Launt. Official disagreed.
We see Drew Raymond check out for a fresh body.
Amazechi working on Williams. Oh, got him up in the air. He's fouled. He will shoot 2.
Just a great move by Mechie just to get the pump fake, get Dom Williams in the air and draw a foul. Missed the first shot, attempting the second. Finds the net. Trojans lead by 3.
Vikings have not done much offensively in this third quarter as a loose pass almost goes out of bounds. Nice job by Favors to save it.
Almost a crucial mistake by the Vikings.
Can't let this crowd get too into it. Can't let the momentum get too on the side of the Trojans. Now Bryce Sakay pulls up for 3 just off the mark. Amazechi with the rebound.
Very contested shot for Sakay. Fortunately does not fall in. As we see Keon Kurtzall getting ready to check in.
Favors comes away with the steal in the paint. Read the pass perfectly. Now the Vikings will have another chance to tie this game. Williams tries to from the corner, can't connect. Out of bounds, off Plainwell, Vikings basketball. There we go.
Not a bad look for Williams there. As Keon Kurtzall will check in for number 21, Bryce Sakay.
Vikings lead 30, or they trail, pardon me. I believe we're having a few issues with the scoreboard. The Vikings trail 38-35 with 2 minutes to play.
Keon Kurtzall tries to force a pass into Ian Reinbach. Unfortunately, it does not work as it will be called for a jump ball.
And now freshman Cam Adams going to check back into the game.
Three-point look for Brendan Olsen. Does not get the lucky bounce. Offensive rebound Favors. Keon with the take. Makes it in. Great floater by the junior as the Vikings are within 1.
The score, the camera for whatever reason reads 3s as 2s. So once we're in the 40s, you can probably turn that off. Excuse me, Evan. Had to figure out some scoreboard troubles.
All good, all good. Mechie is fouled. On an initial Brendan Olsen block, they do get Brady Favors for it, though. Cheap 1 for 2 on free throws tonight.
Oh, lucky roll.
As Derek Hill will come back on for Ian Ringenbach. It's very important that in case of a miss here that the Vikings do get the rebound, not to give up another Plainwell possession.
Really a puzzling performance, in my opinion, by the Trojans tonight, Evan. They started off the year really, really high. Just the more you watch how good this team is, the more confusing it is. How on earth did they lose to Sturgis at home this past Tuesday?
For sure. And we also see Chief Messi coming off the bench along with Drew Raymond, two of their two-headed monster that's been able to score most of their points this season.
Now Olsen gets in the paint. Left-handed floater won't go. Nice job by Kurtdahl to get the rebound. Gives it back to Olsen. And one to go. Olsen ties the game, and he'll go to the free throw line with a chance to put the Vikings in front. What a job by Keon Kurtdahl.
Just some great hustle within every Viking player to get a rebound, just try to get another chance to score.
It pays off there as Olsen finished through contact.
Olsen, one of the best free throw shooters on the team, gets it to go.
76% shooter on the year. Puts the Vikings in front for the first time in the third quarter with about a minute to go.
One of the only leads we've seen since the first quarter.
Very back and forth game all night. Vikings done a nice job to battle back here. As we're now under a minute to play in the third period.
Yeah, and so far it seems the absence of Raymond and Amechi has been a key factor.
Now this three-pointer's good by Tyler Vanderstelt. Trojans retake the lead. This building, they're trying to get into it.
Coach Hass wants them to move fast.
Derek Hill wide open for three. Yes, sir! Derek Hill puts the Vikings back in front.
Great corner shot by the senior.
Moment never too big for Derek Hill.
Just another great part of his game. He's able to just keep his composure no matter what adversity he faces, whether he misses a couple shots before.
Now 10 seconds to play. Vanderstelt got it. Poked away. 5 seconds now. Trojans want to get a good shot here. Three at the buzzer. No good. Nathan Launt missed it. So at the end of the third quarter, Vikings lead 42-43. Talk about an exciting game, Evan. It was tied after the first quarter. It was tied after the second quarter. And now at the end of the third quarter, the Vikings lead by just one.
Just an amazing effort by both teams as Drew Raymond and Drew Messi lead the way for Plainwell, while Brendan Olson and Brain Favors lead the way for Niles.
And this hasn't been the Vikings' best game, no doubt. But you're going into the fourth quarter. You're up by one. You finish 8 minutes out right here. You escape Plainwell with a win. Go home on a 5-game win streak. We need 8 good, hard minutes from this team right now.
We're also coming into a long weekend, so just getting a little bit of momentum that might not wash off by the next game, which is on Tuesday, I believe.
Right. Tuesday we take on Vicksburg at home.
Which will be another past game. Brain Ferris dropped 42. The second highest scoring of all time for Niles High School athletics.
His career high.
We see Amazeski subbing back in. Seems with his absence, the Vikings got a little momentum.
So, start of the fourth quarter. Vikings lead by one. They've got the starters in, and right off the bat, Williams going to get called for a foul.
Not a very good move by Williams there, as getting team fouls early is not a good response.
Especially in a close game like this. Now, miscommunication. Keon Kurtdahl comes up with the steal. Going back the other way. Can't finish through a lot of contact. Man, they won't call anything. Amazechi has it. Now a wide open three from Vanderstelt. No good. Trojans get the offensive rebound. Amazechi, top of the key. Brendan Olson comes up with the steal. Headed back the other way. On Amazechi. Stays into the paint. Can't finish the dunk. Oh, what a sequence.
That would have been an insane shot made by Olson there. A 360.
Man. Now Vanderstelt from the corner. He's feeling himself. No good. Favors gets the rebound. He just got hugged and they didn't call a foul.
A lot of course events in the past 10 seconds.
Holy, what a game, Evan.
As we've seen probably 5 missed shots in the past minute or so.
Right back the other way. Wild shot. Falls. Reese Strahan, the senior, got it to go. Puts the Trojans in front by one. Vikings, they just got to settle it down right here. It's been a really fast, physical game. Especially this first minute of the fourth quarter. Reset right here. Calm things down. Keon Kurtdahl, the young junior, doing a nice job with that. As now Favors is fouled by Trahan. Been several plays tonight, Evan, with just dramatic amounts of contact and no fouls being called.
Just a crucial turn of events so far.
Now it's Favors, pulls up from the elbow, left it short. Keon Kurtdahl tipped out the rebound. What a hustle play by the junior.
Just a great effort.
Poked out of bounds now. It will stay with the Vikings.
Plainwell Trojans still lead by 1. It will be Viking possession.
Favors got doubled in the paint, poked out of bounds. We've seen that all night, Evan, when a player gets into a corner or a trappable position, really, anywhere on the floor. Plainwell not hesitating to send 2, sometimes even 3 guys to try and trap him.
It's definitely one of the big themes of their defense.
And now, just a careless pass by Keon. He threw it out of bounds. Him and Olsen.
Fortunately, just out of reach of Williams there.
Kurtdahl and Olsen getting into it. Obviously, just pushing each other.
Big possession for the Vikings here to get a stop.
They trail by 1, 6:20 to play. Now Favors working on Trahan. At half court, he went backcourt violation, over and back. There we go.
Just a great defensive rep from Favors there.
Bo, is Timmy in the house tonight? Timmy is not in the house. We've had a couple people ask for the Timmy cam. He is not here. Trust us, that would be the first thing we do is get the Timmy cam up here.
Gets the fans hyped up, man.
Now loose ball stolen. Plainwell going back the other way. Easy bucket. They lead by 3, 6 minutes to play. Now Keon Kurtdahl attacks, can't finish.
Trying to rush it a little too much. Misses his floater.
Travel, he rolled over. Jump ball, it'll stay with the Vikings.
Seems like Keon Kurtdahl faced a lot of pressure so far.
Little bit in his own head tonight, no doubt.
As it will be Viking possession.
How is that not a foul?
Ref.
Olsen penetrating, fouled.
A little too strong, but does draw a foul there.
He'll shoot 2. Man, just so much contact. Both ways, no foul calls pretty much whatsoever.
Ryan Olsen, obviously one of the best free throw shooters on this team. One of his main ways he gets points.
Knocks down the first one. Olsen's up to 14 on the night to match Favors, who also has 14.
Some other notable scorers are Donovan Williams with 9, Keon Kurtdahl 2.
Olsen got both free throws, cuts it back to 1, 5.5 to play.
The Vikings really haven't faced a whole lot of close games recently.
As Amazechi knocks down the jumper from the baseline, Trojans lead back to 3. You mentioned it. It's been a while since there's been a close barn burner game like this. Great opportunity to battle test yourself.
It's also another chance for them to face adversity, see how they react.
Off the hands of Williams. Favors luckily recovers it. Then it's out of bounds on the Trojans. Man, there's just been one too many times tonight where it'll bounce off someone's hands on a pass. Just really, really sloppy.
Also, like it's a lot of contact there reaching in, Braden Favors with nothing being called.
Refs don't seem to want to call too many fouls tonight. As again, there's a lot of contact on Hill, who got double teamed in the corner. Olsen gets into the paint, can't finish. Favors battling for the rebound, out of bounds, off Plainwell. Man, there is just so much contact.
Like I'm guaranteeing that's not all ball.
That was not all ball. Vikings will somehow stay in possession through everything that's going on.
Big time waster, though.
Williams dishes it off to Ringenbach, who just can't hang on. We can't catch the ball tonight. Big possession right here. Don't want to go down 2 scores this late in the game. And as I say that, Nathan Launt finishes. Vikings trail by 5. Donnie Williams gets a good look from 3. Can't connect.
Rebound Plainwell.
And now they call a foul on Favors. Man.
Just a tough stretch of events so far.
Now Keon Kurdahl check back in for Ian Riggenbach. Hasn't been his best night, but you can make up for it all these last 4 minutes.
We have a mismatch on Williams on Raymond and Hill on Ametski.
Raymond pulls up from deep beyond the arc. Can't connect. Offensive rebound by the Trojans. Nothing called in the paint. Oh my goodness. Raymond from the elbow. Wild shot. Keon Kurdahl comes out of it. That should have been a foul on Niles. And now Donnie Williams elbowed. Oh man, a lot of contact, a lot of talking going on. And that's just the official's fault. There has been so much contact tonight. Very minimal of it has been called an actual foul. And these players, now they just think they can get away with anything. You haven't called a foul for 27 minutes. Not a good scene.
As we see the emotion coming from Williams.
And he doesn't typically show a lot of emotion. And now it'll be a full timeout by the Trojans. They need to refocus for these last 3 minutes and 36 seconds. If you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, or New Buffalo.
Obviously a lot of controversial type of things going on there in the past 3 minutes.
It's been an absolutely wild fourth quarter. The Vikings currently trail by 5 with 3.5 to play. I mean, so much contact, not a lot of fouls. It's been so just up and down and up and down. Vikings, they trail by 5. You need to just calm down right here. There's a lot of emotion and energy in this building. You got to just settle it down, get into a set, get a good look, get a bucket, and then from there you just got to play your game.
And like we've mentioned so far, they faced a lot of adversity, facing some more adversity tonight. So I hope that they're able to accomplish it.
This is a great opportunity. You're on the road, very hostile environment, meaningful conference game. Great opportunity to get a good win.
We'd like to see the same bodies coming from Niles and Plainwell.
Going to be a wild 3:36, Evan.
This would be an actually pretty interesting occurrence if the Niles Vikings were actually lose, as they will be tied for Plainwell for second place in the conference, while Paw Paw would still stay in first.
Vikings have possession. Favors attacks. Can't finish. Going to be a block. Vikings catch a break.
Even if it's not against, that's a controversial call there.
Right. Could argue that was a charge. Favors will go to the line where he has struggled mightily all year.
Now the student section has been giving it to the refs all game.
Favors only 2 of 6 from the line tonight, 59%.
Some really important free throws coming up.
Big free throws right here, no doubt, Evan. Knocks down the first one. Second free throw lips out. Donnie Williams fighting for the rebound. Loose ball. Favors has it. Timeout. Coach has. Vikings have possession.
Great hustle there from Favors and Williams.
Really, the whole team. Vikings want to refocus. If you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo.
You know, so far they're still down with 2 possessions, but it's still a very good chance to score here, get a stop on defense, and be able to take the lead.
No doubt. Coach has want to draw something up, get your best player the ball. Favors, while he's got 15 points tonight, hasn't really been as involved as we're used to seeing.
What I would like to see is I would like Brendan to get a take towards the rim, maybe draw another foul, maybe hit another dunk or and one. just another big momentum play that the Vikings will need to win this game.
All right, Vikings basketball, 3:25 to play. They trail by 4. Kurtdahl cross-court pass to Hill, who dumps it off to Williams in the paint, who gets blocked. When was the last time you saw 6'9" Donnie Williams get blocked? And Braden Favors poked it away, and they're going to get him for a foul. Oh, I don't know.
Coach has very heated.
Oh, I don't know, Evan. Oh, it looked clean. And Mazzetti gets by Williams and throws it down.
It's a great move by the senior there.
Trojans lead by 6, just over 3 minutes to play.
Seems he's been dominant over Williams so far.
Olsen, three-pointer. Off the top of the backboard. Going to be Trojans basketball. Vikings trail by 6.
Just under 3 minutes to go. The Vikings still have a chance to come back.
Timeout, Plainwell. They had a man trapped in the corner. They need to refocus. If you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Yerbanski at Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo. Whew. Man, this is
pretty big. Next couple of possessions coming up for the Vikings. I know we're stressed out right now.
It is.
It's just really important, though. They're not rushing things. They're able to force good shots while forcing Plainwell to make bad shots.
Right. There's plenty of time left. Time's not the issue here.
For sure.
You can't run up the floor and chuck up a contested 3. You got to make sure you get a good look and then get set on defense. I just don't understand how this Plainwell team in this environment lost to the Sturgis Trojans.
I still can't believe that either. A team that we blew out at the Trojans stadium. This is it's been all over the place for the Wolverine Conference.
It really has.
We have good teams losing to bad teams. We have bad teams just winning against good teams.
And yeah, this is the Plainwell team who beat Paw Paw. So Trojans have possession. They lead by 6 with 2:52 to play. Favors pokes it away. He stood up! He stood up and they didn't call a foul! Triple to what in the world? He stood up! I don't understand! Oh my gosh! He stood up and they didn't call a foul.
I didn't know you could dive on the ball, stand up, and then still pass it.
Unreal. Folks, this is a Niles broadcast. We go to Niles. We are Niles fans. They just let us talk about the game for some reason. But he just had the ball on the ground and stood up, and they didn't call a foul. Oh, man.
Some very big free throws from Favors here. As something to mention, Plainwell is at 5 team fouls. Niles is in the bonus.
Missed it, man. Got to be aggressive these last 2.5 minutes, knowing if you get fouled, you go to the line. Got the second one, cuts it to 5.
Still a 2-possession lead.
Can't just let him play keep away. Trojans not really trying to score, just playing keep away. As I say that, 3-pointer, no good. Mazzetti got the rebound, but it's out of bounds on the Trojans. A questionable call. They owe us. Vikings basketball. They trail by 5 with under 2 minutes to play. It's not do or die, but it's really close.
That student section is loud. It's probably louder than our voices right now towards the audience.
Great environment. It's Favors. Gets into the paint. Off the glass. Can't finish. Rebound Trojans. Williams foul. It looks like it was somewhat intentional. Not sure why. That's not the...
When your team's only at 3 team fouls, you don't want that 4th or 5th. That's just not the smart option.
Not sure. Loose ball. Keon Kurtdahl dives for it on the ground. Vikings calling for a timeout. And they're going to get a jump ball.
Or be
Plainwell basketball. And they were calling for a timeout, the entire bench, along with Coach Hass. But now if there's the jump ball, it will go to the Vikings. So you want to get a jump ball, I guess, these last minute 37.
No, like we said, we have Donovan Williams one-on-one with Chimamesky. Last time hit a spin move around him to get an open bucket.
And Mazzetti's got it. Go double teaming Keon. Oh, they're going to get Kurtdahl for a foul. Amazecchi will go shoot 2. Hopefully he misses. Now Amazecchi will go to the line. Really big free throws. 1.5 minutes to play. Trojans lead by 5. Left the first one, almost airballed. Really bad shot.
And this will make them within 5.
Got the second one, 6-point lead. Still a 2-possession game, but you got to go and you got to go fast. Olsen attacking, goes up strong, gets fouled. He'll go shoot 2.
Plainwell's coach is not very happy about that call.
It's been a rough night from this officiating crew.
As we have Bryce Sakay about to check in.
A little bit of defense right there.
Bryce Sakay will come in, a big defensive piece. Comes in for Donovan Williams.
So Favors or Olsen, whoever it may be, going to have to match up on some of these bigger bodies that Plainwell has. Clutch free throws. Vikings now only trail by 4. Over 1 minute to play. Olsen down on the ground, hurt. Or limping a little bit at least. And I believe they got Plainwell who called a timeout. Going to be a full timeout for the Trojans. They need to refocus for this last minute 19. If you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski. At Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo.
Right. And I believe your best chance is to get the ball to Brendan Olsen. He hasn't missed a single free throw so far this game. He's been able to draw fouls, been able to get buckets for Niles all night.
He leads the way. He's got 17 points. Favors has 16. Still gonna get him for a foul. Amazecchi will shoot 2. Foul. Amazecchi will shoot 2.
And Mazzetchi 3 for 5 on free throw shooting this game. And Mazzetchi 3 for 5 on free throw shooting this game.
Hopefully. Got the first one. Leads back to 5.
Donovan Williams back in the game after a breather. Gets Bryce out of the game.
And if he makes this one, then you pretty much have to try a 3-pointer on the other end. It's good. Trojans lead by 6, 1:09 to play.
Possibly could leave Derek open in the corner.
Goes to Williams in the paint, who gets triple teamed. Kicks it out to Favors, who attacks and finishes for 2. Vikings cut it back to 4, but the back and forth trading 2 for 2 not going to work. You're going to need to come up big on the defensive end. Coach, refocus. If you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo.
Also, like I said, very important for Coach Haas to develop a strategy for the Vikings to be able to get a stop this next possession.
And if they can't, if they go down 5 or 6 points, eventually you're going to have to try a 3 ball.
We'll see on strategies open. Like Brandon Favors pulled 3, Derek Hill wide open in the corner for a 3, as well as Brendan Olsen being pretty hot so far from the 3-point line so far this game.
Vikings trail by 4, 58.7 on the clock. It's been a great slate of games here at the Plainwell Fieldhouse today. And we're in for a great finish here. Great environment, great student section. Their band is sensational. Really nice Fieldhouse. All right. Going to throw it down the floor to Amazechi.
Amazechi played wide receiver.
And they got Braden Favors for a foul. Man, you don't call a foul for 3.5 quarters, and then you're getting a ticky-tacky call like that.
Amazechi played wide receiver this season for football.
Nice opportunity for Favors to get a steal. Can't come away with it. Amazechi will shoot 2, and if he can knock down really either of these, you're going to have to try a 3. So it's now a 5-point game.
It's like watching your favorite team in March Madness all over again, Liam.
It really is. Got them both. 6-point deficit. Got to try a 3-pointer. Under a minute to play. Trails by 6.
You've got your main shooters on the floor, though.
Favors wants it. He's got it. Working on Amazechi. Got it tipped away. Keon Kurtdahl, wide open 3 from deep. Bang! Keon Kurtdahl cuts it to 3. What a shot from the kid.
His brother hypes him up as he walks to the bench.
And now, we've been saying it for several possessions in a row. You got to get a stop. You've cut it to 1 possession. What a moment from Keon Kurtdahl. Ice in his veins, cut it to 3. Now 40 seconds left to play.
Kurtdahl's points goes up to 7 as the Vikings are only down by 3.
All right, Evan, you finally cut it to 1 possession. You're down by 3 points, 41.1 seconds left to play. So still a little bit of time, but you don't want to just keep giving them 2 free points and having to chuck up moonball 3s to stay in the game.
The biggest part of this possession is to get a stop. You'll be able to another 2-pointer would likely ice this game or make it very hard to come back.
And you can't foul either. The last 2 possessions we fouled and sent Amazechi to the free throw line. But both teams are in the bonus. You got to be aggressive, but also be smart, not getting dumb fouls far away from the basket.
And if they have to foul, try to make it in the hands of a player that is not a Metsky right now.
Right. Because he's been at the line several possessions in a row, and he's knocked down his free throws. What a game, Evan. 41.1 on the clock. Vikings trail the Trojans by 3. They need a stop. Olsen is matched up on Amazechi. They're going to throw it deep down the floor. Intercepted by Derek Hill. Vikings have the ball. 37 seconds on the clock. Now it's Favors with a chance to tie the game. Working on Amazechi. Kicks it to Keon Kurtdahl. Pump fakes. Olsen now back to Kurtdahl. 20 seconds to play. Back to Favors.
Seems they want to end this on this possession.
Keon Kurtdahl. Now 10 seconds to play. Timeout, Coach Haas, with 10.5 on the clock. He will go draw something up.
This will most likely be the last possession of the game. A chance to tie it up for the Vikings after a clutch Keon Kurtel shot.
Timeout. They need to refocus for these last 10.5 seconds. If you need to refocus, see Dr. Mundy or Dr. Urbanski at Smoke Vision Care, proudly serving Buchanan, Dowagiac, and New Buffalo. Well, Evan, we said we needed to stop, and we got this stop. Now you have 10.5 seconds. You got the ball. This, if you're Coach Hess, this is where you have to shine. You've got the shooters, you got the skill players, you got the personnel to draw, and now you just got to draw up a play, tie this game.
You know, it comes with the experience Coach Hess. He's been in moments like this before. It's just up to him if he's able to capitalize.
No doubt. And these players also been in moments like this. Very experienced group.
As we go out of the timeout, a big moment coming up for the Niles Vikings.
10.5 seconds on the clock. Vikings trail by 3. Looking to tie the game and complete a fantastic comeback. Kurtdahl will inbound it.
Go out to
Gets
Favors.
it to Favors.
They'll call no basket. As Brain Favors will go to the line. Most likely we'll have to miss the last one.
I would agree. So they intentionally fouled him. Send him to the line. If he can knock down the first one, it's a lot simpler.
A big rebound opportunity coming up for the Vikings.
You got the height. First free throw's no good. Vikings trail by 3 with 7.5 to go.
He's going to need to miss this one to have the Vikings have a chance.
You need 5 players crashing the board here. 7.3 to play. Knocked down the second one.
They're going to have to foul instantly, most likely.
Unless they can get a steal. Oh, Raymond gets wide open. They can't inbound it to him. Out of bounds, a turnover! Off Brendan Olson. No, it's going to stay with the Trojans.
7.3 left on the clock.
Get a man wide open. You got to foul, got to foul, got to foul. Finally with 4.5 on the clock.
Some big free throws coming up. They make both. The game is over.
Nathaniel Launt.
His first time at the line this game.
The senior point guard will send to the line, go to the line, shooting 2 free throws with 4.5 seconds on the clock. If he makes them both, the game is over. He
misses it.
Leaves the door open by just a crack.
How many timeouts do we have?
4.5 seconds. Neither team has any timeouts left.
Ooh.
This is it. 4.5 left to play. Lawn's second free throw is good. Vikings going to have 4.5 seconds to get off a miracle three-pointer to send it to overtime.
Keon Kurtdahl, the quarterback.
Gotta get it in, gotta get it in. Gets it to Olson. Running up the floor. At the buzzer. Ooh. No good. Vikings lose.
Not a bad look for Olson there. Unfortunately, just rattles out of the bucket.
How is that even possible? They just lost to Sturgis.
A tough loss for the Vikings. Final score being 58-55. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a nail-biter.
Man.
As the camera's on us right now, but Liam is laying down. I am crouched down. We are just in awe of what just happened.
To not even have your best player in Favors take that last shot. All right, we probably should wrap this up fast because they're going to kick us out. Oh, man. Yeah, you can send it to us, Bo. All right, well, your final from the Plainwell Fieldhouse. Niles Vikings 55, Plainwell Trojans 58. In a great game. A really rough ending, not having Favors taking that shot. Keon couldn't get it into him. Really, really rough loss. You hate to see it. Anything you like to say, Evan? I mean, geez.
It's just the little moments, man. You know, like, I think our team is bigger, like, mentally than they are. I mean, they're taking the photo in the middle of the court right now. This is obviously a very important win to them. I still believe that as Niles, we will be able to come out on top. That's what I'm hopeful to see.
Man, that just sucked. I'm not going to lie. All right, before we go, we'd like to thank our title sponsor, Peerless Solutions, along with First Source Bank, Schrader Tree Farm, Smoke Vision Care, Jan and Katie Luke from Red Shoe Realty Group. Thank you to all our sponsors. And then thank you to tonight's broadcast bites, Mr. Mike Philly, his snow plowing. If you need your snow plow, we just got like 9 days worth of snow in 5 hours. Call Mike Philly because shoveling sucks at 269-845-0672. That's 269-845-0672. And then a big thank you to DNR Sports for helping us get some t-shirts for our broadcast crew. Go check out DNR Sports. Thank you for tuning in for tonight's matchups. I've been Liam PC alongside Evan Williams from the rest of our crew. Brad Archer, Bo Kurtdahl, our producer. Robin Shiven, the cameraman. Thank you for joining us. And have a good night.
And as always, go Vikes.
As always, go Vikes.
Wait, did you end it? Chronicle depression. Are you serious, bro?